For Scotty Tonneval, the Maniac squad go toe-to-toe with another foe on the baseball diamond. Along with a full schedule of non-league opponents, Orofino faces off against longtime rivals Grangeville and St. Mary's in hopes of making another trip to the Idaho State Championships. So sit back, grab a hot dog, and a bowl of popcorn. Orofino Maniac Baseball is on. And now let's go to the baseball field for today's presentation of Orofino High School Athletics on KLER AM 1300.
And on a very cloudy day up and down the Clearwater Valley, thank you everyone for joining us this morning. It's time for Orofino Maniac Baseball. I'm Jeff Jones. Today, the Orofino Maniacs get set to take on the Kellogg Wildcats in a doubleheader. It's the last of the regular season for league play. And we've got great news for all of you Maniac fans. We'll pass along during schedules and scores. But we're excited about this doubleheader today, as at the conclusion of today's matchup with the Kellogg Wildcats, the district tournament returns here to Orofino High School's baseball field, and it will all begin on Tuesday. Seating will be completed at the end of play throughout the league today. But we're pretty sure we know exactly where the Maniacs will land. And again, we'll talk more about that as we get into the pregame show. Both teams are out on the field taking long toss or fungo batting practice right now. We weren't quite sure, with all the rain especially that came yesterday, whether or not we were going to have baseball today. I spoke with head coach Scotty Tonneval this morning, and he said, yeah, Kellogg left this morning at 7 o'clock, and because they had baseball and softball scheduled up here, so the teams left early, and we've had some very nice weather, at least over the last couple of hours. You know, a hint of a little sprinkle here and there, but the field looks in very good shape. A light breeze blowing here at the ballpark as Orofino and Kellogg warm up here for today's matchup. As a matter of fact, these two teams got together earlier this week. It's kind of strange how the schedule has worked up, that you play some of these teams 2, maybe even 3 times in a week, and you've got a couple of months in which to get these games out of the way. But nonetheless, Orofino went up to Kellogg this past Tuesday and took on the Wildcats on their home field just outside of Kellogg High School. And I'll tell you, Orofino is peaking at the right time. We're very excited about Maniac Baseball here in this 2023 season. The Kellogg Wildcats wearing their traveling gray uniforms with dark blue numbers front and back, piped in gold. The Maniacs wearing their blue tops, white numbers front and back, and their home white pants as we get set for today's action. Our home plate umpire, or our umpiring crew rather, is at home plate. I don't believe we're going to have any infield outfield, as both teams have elected just to go ahead and work in the outfield, but that could change 12 minutes before first pitch. So don't go away. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it'll be time for the Riverside Physical Therapy schedules and scores. We'll return after this.
Today you have numerous options when selecting your IRA, and deciding which account is right for you is one of the most important decisions you will make for your financial future. Hi, this is Terry Bowling with Camus Financial Services. Give me a call to find out which IRA fits your financial needs or to update your current IRA savings strategy. You can reach me, Terry Bowling, at 476 or stop by my office at 230 Johnson Avenue in Orofino to set up a free, no-obligation appointment today. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Hi, this is Terry Bowling with Camus Financial Services. I am available to help you select the right investment options when you are faced with early retirement, changing or losing a job, or any other lifestyle changes that warrant a review of your financial plan. You can reach me, Terry Bowling, at 476-7100, or stop by my office at 230 Johnson Avenue, Orofino, to set up a free, no-obligation appointment today. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
Today, your dollar needs to stretch a little further than previous. At Watson's Market Orofino, we invite our senior citizens to shop Thursdays. Every Thursday, receive a 10% discount on all your shopping. Senior Discount Days is Watson's Market Orofino's way of helping our community in times of flush or thin. For savings up and down every aisle, thank you for choosing Watson's Market Orofino.
Open 7 days a week and a 10% discount on Thursdays for seniors. Watson's Market Orofino.
With spring sports underway and gardening in full swing, Riverside Physical Therapy is here for you. If you're questioning the extent of an ache, pain, or injury, call to schedule a complimentary injury screen today. We'll answer your questions, give you a few pointers, or let you know if you need to be seen by a specialist. We cover everything from sports-related injuries to balance and fall prevention. Riverside Physical Therapy, 150 126th Street, Orofino, 476-7105.
And we welcome you back to the ballpark here at Orofino High as we get set for today's matchup between the Orofino Maniacs and the Kellogg Wildcats. It is time for the Riverside Physical Therapy schedules and scores. If you have been struggling ever since spring arrived and you just can't seem to get that first step, maybe visit with the fine folks at Riverside Physical Therapy and have Allison Thomas take a quick look at you and see what they can do to help you manage some of those aches and pains. That's Riverside Physical Therapy. All right, let's take a look at baseball around the region. Just a couple of games of note. Troy is at Clearwater Valley, and Potlatch is at Lewis County, a couple of White Pine League games. And, of course, this Orofino home matchup with the Kellogg Wildcats. Softball action, Genesee, they are at Lewis County for a doubleheader. And, of course, Kellogg here at Orofino over at the elementary school ball fields. You can check those games out. They also get underway at 12 and 2. Major League Baseball, Seattle hosts Houston. We hope you'll listen in for our 5:30 pregame this evening. 6:40 is the first pitch right here on AM 1300 KLER. Quick look at sporting events from yesterday. Seattle lost 6-4 in their first game of a homestand against Houston. That broke Seattle's 4-game winning streak. Again, you'll be able to hear Seattle and Houston tonight, 5:30, our pregame. Baseball from yesterday out of the Central Idaho League, St. Mary's had their doubleheader with Genesee scrubbed due to the weather. More than likely, those games will not be made up with districts getting underway on Tuesday for St. Mary's. And this past Tuesday, the Orofino Maniacs baseball team went to Kellogg, and they came away with a 16-6 victory. With that victory, that clinched the regular season for the Orofino Maniacs. They are the Central Idaho League regular season title holders, and more importantly, what comes with that is the #1 seed at the district tournament, which gets underway here on Tuesday here at the ball fields at Orofino High. So we will be able to pass along to you when exactly Orofino's first game is and their opponent, more than likely on Monday, when all the rest of the games around the league have been completed anyway. So we hope that you'll listen in Monday, and we'll let you know exactly when Orofino baseball will be playing. Softball action, Kendrick and Kamei, they had a doubleheader squashed yesterday due to the weather. What else is going on? The Kentucky Derby, that's being run in Louisville today. So pick out your favorite horse, put on a hat that's got all kinds of frilly things in it, drink your sarsaparilla, and enjoy the Kentucky Derby. All right, down at home plate, Nate Watcott, the head coach of the Kellogg Wildcats, meeting with our umpires, and I'm sure they are just awaiting Scotty Tondevold so they can exchange lineups. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have more of our pregame after this.
The forensic analyst searched for clues to what could have caused the house fire.
Could that be
Traces of starch? Suddenly the pieces came together. The fire was started by
an over-microwaved potato?
And we covered it. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
At 622 Bryden Avenue in Lewiston, see me, Greg Kimberlink, your local farmer's insurance agent.
I like to think of myself as a confident backseat driver. Mom, brakes please.
Gotcha.
But these days, I'm less confident in the economy.
Same here, buddy.
Thankfully, Les Schwab Tires helps make sure that our safety never takes a backseat, even when we're watching our wallets. Time to turn, Mom.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
If you were to look up Finke logging in the dictionary, you'd find a definition of hard-working men and women dedicated to making our forests multi-use, healthy, and sustainable. Finke logging, proud backers of everything Orofino, including the baseball and softball teams participating in postseason play. Finke Logging is proud of all of our kids and their tremendous efforts they put forward in the classroom and on the ball field. Good luck, Maniacs. Bring home the hardware. We're all rooting for you from Finke Logging Orofino.
Clearwater Valley Hospital and Orofino Health Center, along with St. Mary's Hospital and Clinics, Cottonwood, are proud to help support the mission of our local high schools and all their student athletes. And that's to not only be tops on the field of play, but to be academically sound in the classroom as well, taking care of the needs of our athletes and their families. Clearwater Valley Hospital and Orofino Health Center, along with St. Mary's Hospital and Clinics, staffed by only the best family practice physicians and physician assistants.
The weather is great for planting. Hi, this is Ian of your Best Built Builder Supply. In the parking lot of our Highway 12 store, you'll find our greenhouses up and open for you to put that green thumb to work. Bedding plants, bushes, fruit, and vegetable plants. Looking for something deer resistant? Come on by and take a look. Plant medium, fertilizers, and so much more when you shop Best Built Builder Supply in the parking lot nursery. Open 7 days a week, Best Built Builder Supply.
When it comes to your health care, getting placed on a long waiting list to see a provider can be frustrating. That's why at Orofino Physical Therapy, we recognize that when you're in pain, you want help now. At Orofino Physical Therapy, there is no waiting. Priding ourselves on offering same-day, next-day appointments, you can rest assured you'll be seen within 24 hours. If you're in pain and need help, don't wait. Call Orofino Physical Therapy. Call today, 476-9365.
And we are back here at the ballpark at Orofino as both teams have finished their outfield practice. And it looks as though the Maniacs are going to take the field to begin their warm-ups. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup. First off, for the visitors on the scoreboard today, they are the Kellogg Wildcats. They're coached by Mr. Nate Watcott. Ripley Luna will lead it off. He is today starting first baseman. Behind the dish and hitting second, Austin Clapper. At third base, Logan Smith. In the cleanup spot, Travis Fixenberger. He is today's starting pitcher. Reed Watcott, the shortstop, will hit fifth. In center field and sixth in the order is Colby Luna. Hitting seventh in the order and playing in the seventh spot, 11th field, is Gage Nosworthy. The second baseman, Ethan Coberly, hits eighth, and then rounding out the starting nine, Jack Fields, the right fielder. So it's Ripley Luna, Clapper, Smith, Fixenberger, Reed Watcott, Colby Luna, Gage Nosworthy, Ethan Coberly, and Jack Fields. Here's what the everybody is waiting for the national anthem or a pledge or something, and so it looks as though it's about ready to come our way. So we will have the defensive starters for the Maniacs when we return right after this.
Today you have numerous options when selecting your IRA, and deciding which account is right for you is one of the most important decisions you will make for your financial future. Hi, this is Terry Bowling with Camas Financial Services. Give me a call to find out which IRA fits your financial needs or to update your current IRA savings strategy. You can reach me, Terry Bowling, at 476-7100 or stop by my office at 230 Johnson Avenue in Orofino to set up a free, no-obligation appointment today. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Hi, this is Terry Bowling with Camus Financial Services. I am available to help you select the right investment options when you are faced with early retirement, changing or losing a job, or any other lifestyle changes that warrant a review of your financial plan. You can reach me, Terry Bowling, at 476-7100, or stop by my office at 230 Johnson Avenue, Orofino, to set up a free, no-obligation appointment today. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
And our national anthem as we get set for today's first pitch between the Orofino Maniacs and the Kellogg Wildcats. This is the look defensively at your Orofino Maniacs. They are coached by Mr. Scotty Tondevald. He's assisted by Rocky Barlow and John Sperano. They are 15-7 overall, 6-1 in league play. Loudon Cochran, he is on the hill. He'll take his warm-up tosses with his backstop, Silas Naranjo. Dash Barlow at first, Bodie Howell at second. Quinton Naranjo gets the start at third base today. Jagger Tondevald, freshman, over at shortstop. The left fielder for the Maniacs in this first game, Easton Schneider. Aiden Olive is in center, and Drew Hanna is in right. So we'll get to the Maniac batting order when we go to the bottom of the first inning, as we are just waiting for Ripley Luna, who is in the on-deck circle, to come out and get ready to take his first cut. Loudon Cochran with some housekeeping out in front of the hill right now. He seems to feel like his foot is not landing properly, and so he's out there just kind of kicking some dirt away and took another warm-up toss there. And he seems to like the way that that left foot is landing now, as he'll have another warm-up toss, and we'll get this one underway. Just a couple of minutes late, but it's better than not having any games whatsoever, because with the way that the rain was coming down yesterday, we thought there's no way we're going to be able to get any baseball played. A light drizzle throughout the evening, but as we look at the field here at Orofino High, it is in phenomenal shape. Since our last games this past weekend when Grangeville was here, Orofino went to Asotin, beat Asotin by a final of 17-7 on Monday. Then on Tuesday, Orofino traveled to Kellogg, and then with that 16-6 victory against the Wildcats, the Maniacs won the regular season of the Central Idaho League with a 6-1 record. We are ready to go now. As Ripley Luna steps in, he'll measure the plate. The tall right-hander takes a couple of practice swings through the strike zone. Loudon Cochran, the right-hander, fires the first pitch. It's in there for a called strike, and we are underway. About 2 minutes late. Come on out. Scheduled doubleheader here with the Kellogg Wildcats today. 0-1 to Ripley. Another fastball swung on. This one's going to be hit back here towards the crowd for strike two. There is hot dogs and hamburgers on the grill out here. You know it's always a good time at the ballpark at Orofino High when there is baseball to be played here. Great food, big crowd on hand for this one. Now the 0-2 pitch from the right-hander Loudon comes with a curveball, tries to backdoor it in, misses inside for a ball, 1-0. Or excuse me, rather, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And now Cochran delivers the 1-2. It's another curve. That one hangs up high for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Ripley Luna at the plate. He's a tall right-hander. Fastball just misses inside for ball 3. So Loudon right now trying to work the curveball, the fastball, high, low, inside. And Ripley works his way back into the count. 3-2 and the pitch. It's a fastball, and it misses outside for ball 4. So after a great start by Loudon, a couple of quick strikes against the leadoff hitter Ripley Luna, he ends up giving a walk, and there is 1 base runner on here for the Kellogg Wildcats.
On deck number 8, Logan.
This is Austin Clapper, today's backstop. A move over to first base, and Ripley Luna is back. Again, Luna, very quick. We watched him in basketball season. Fastball showing, but here's no throw down. Now a throw down to second. The tag is applied, but safe as sliding around the tag is Luna. I'm not sure exactly what was happening with Silas behind home plate. If he had problems getting the ball out of his glove, or if he thought that Luna wasn't going to go. Luna wasn't sure what he was going to do, but he ended up swiping second base. So the bunt more than likely off, 0-1 to Austin. He's going to poke at this one and foul it out of play to the right, and the count 0-2. Luna in scoring position, jogs away from second base. Working from this stretch, the Chucker Loudon deals the 0-2. It's low, gets beneath Naranjo's legs, all the way back to the warning track, and Ripley Luna easily down to third base on the passed ball. So Luna, after drawing a base on balls, swipes second, now goes to third on a passed ball. He's just 90 feet away from scoring. The count runs to a ball and 2 strikes to Clapper. Loudon will straighten up from the stretch. The 1-2 is going to be swung on, looped over the second baseman's head out into right field, and there's an RBI single for Clapper as he scores Luna from third base. It is 1-0 Kellogg. Loudon came with a curveball, and Austin had it timed up nicely, and he puts it right into over the outstretched glove of Bodie Howell at second base. No way Bodie's going to make a play on that. So the Kellogg Wildcats score first blood here in the top of the first inning. They lead at 1-0 as Silas Naranjo out talking with Cochran right now, maybe going over their signs, making sure they have exactly what 1, 2, and 3 is all about. That's going to bring up Smith, today's starting third baseman. Starts him out with a fastball high and away. Does Loudon, ball 1. Clapper, just a safety lead away from first. Barlow holds him on. Big swinging strike by Smith. He was going to try to drive something deep into left field. Nearly swung out of that right shoe of his. 1 ball and 1 strike to Logan. Pitcher swung on. He's going to be way ahead of this one and foul off out of play to the left. 1-2. Big cut by the kid wearing number 8 for the Wildcats down at home plate. Let's see if Loudon tries to fool him maybe with something off of the plate. Big curveball swung on, and that too is fouled out of play, and the count will remain 1-2. Logan saw a pitch up high and was ahead of it and underneath it. The 1-2, fastball just missing inside for ball 2. Loudon can pepper that fastball in there. It's just about location, however. Ball 2 to Logan Smith. The third baseman, wide stance down at the plate. Here's the 2-2, tight for ball 3. Again, Clapper, who has the RBI single, stands down at first base, scoring Ripley Luna. Cochran out on the bump, straightens up. He's set at the letters, and a fastball missing away for ball 4. So Logan draws a base on balls. He's down at first. Clapper moves to second.
At bat number 13.
And without an out, Kellogg in business here in the top of the first inning after scoring a run. They've got 2 aboard for Travis Fixenberger. Travis, another righty. He's hitting in the cleanup spot. Starts him out with a fastball, just a little low, does Loudon, ball 1. Runners away from second, Clapper, Smith from first, and a pitch misses wide for ball 2. And that's going to bring Scotty Tonnavold out of the third base dugout, and pretty brisk walk out there to the hill right now, as Loudon is out there just waving his arms back and forth, awaiting coach to see what Coach has to say, and Coach wants to hear what Loudon has to say, see what's going on. Right now he is behind Fixenberger, today's starting pitcher for the Wildcats. One across here in the top of the first, 2 aboard, nobody gone. Again, we encourage you to come on out. This is going to be a fantastic game, and then we'll have a second contest. So everybody resets. Clapper at second, Smith at first, as back to the dugout goes Scotty. We're ready to go to work. Cochran deals a fastball, swung through for strike 1. That was right at the letters to Travis, and he just swings underneath it. Fixenberger, pitch low and inside, ball 3. 3-1. Again, working from the stretch. Cochran with the check of the runner at second. There's a strike delivered at the letters just off the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nothing going on at first and second base. And here's the payoff pitch. It is low for ball 4. So another walk. That is the 3rd walk issued now by Cochran here in the first inning of play. That's going to load up the sacks for the 5-hitter Reed Watcott. So again, 1 run.
Back.
Watcott low. The first pitch to him, ball 1.
On deck number 14.
A righty. Steps back into the box, measures the middle of the plate. He likes where he's standing, and here's the 1-0 on the way to him. That is taken for a called strike, 1-1. Loudon going to try and wiggle off the hook here. He is struggling here so far. Here's the 1-1 swung on, and this is a ground ball to the second baseman, tossed to second for 1. Here's the relay to first, picked out nicely, and when they still no call, they're going to call him safe. Our fielding umpire took a long time to decide, but safe at first base is Reed Watcott. Clapper scores from third base to make it 2-0 on the play. Smith goes to third. Fixenberger is out, 4-6 for the first out.
On deck number 4.
So 2 runs across, 1 gone for Colby Luna, today's starting center fielder. Runners at the corners. Let's see if the Wildcats elect to try and put this game into motion. Squaring up to bunt. Pitch is going to be fouled off of the bat of Luna into the glove of Naranjo for strike 1. You might have been able to hear that little ting all the way up here as we are high above home plate here at the ballpark at Orofino. Thanks for joining us for Maniac Baseball on KLER. Here's the 0-1. It's instead a throw over to first, and on a deke move to third and then first, nobody is caught off. But they also see that Colby looked as though he was going to bunt. Now he takes it off. Here's a swing. Here's the throw. It's cut off at second base. In at second base is Watcott. But they pull in Howell as if he's going to make a play to home. But Logan Smith is over at third base, and he's just staying put there. Count is 0-2 to Colby. Swinging strike. And that's going to do it for Luna. That is the second out now. That's the first strikeout for Cochran in today's baseball game. And now Orofino might be able to breathe a little with the 7-hitter, Gage Nosworthy.
On deck number 1, Coberly.
Nosworthy, another right-handed hitter. The first pitch to him is a curveball taken, strike 1. Gage deep in the box in anticipation of a fastball. Here's the 0-1. There is the fastball. He squares to bunt. He went for it. Strike 2. And now he gets the sign from Nate Watcott up that third base line to swing away. Bunt is off. Here's the 0-2. It's over the head of Nosworthy. Ball 1. Loudon came, maybe not his fastball, had a lot of movement on it, but it just didn't have the break that it needed to come over into the strike zone. Here's the 1-2. Fastball outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Loudon, again, working from the stretch as he has most all of this inning. Here's the pitch. It's high for ball 3, 3-2. Loudon has had to do, because of a lot of hair underneath that hat every single time, or almost every time he pitches, that cap of his comes off. Here's the 3-2 from Loudon on the way, right down the middle of the pipe, called third strike, and that's going to do it for the Wildcats. They pick up 2 runs on a hit. They leave a couple out there. The Maniac half of the first when we return to the ballpark here at Orofino after this.
The morning paper arrives and you just can't extend your arms far enough to focus on the print. Does this seem like a typical day for you? Help is just an appointment away with Family Eye Care in Orofino and Kamei. Dr. Rick Lundgren is the Valley's trusted optometrist when it comes to your eyesight. Family Eye Care's highly trained staff will make sure your family has the finest in air care and eyewear. Call for an appointment and let Dr. Rick Lundgren perform a complete eye examination with the latest technology available. Single lens, bifocal, or progressive eyeglasses. Accentuate your personal style with statement-making glasses, contact lenses, sunglasses, and designer frames. Family Eye Care on Michigan Avenue, Orofino, and on Highway 12 West in Kamei is your stop for name brand frames, optics, and people who really care about your eyesight. Family Eye Care, where most insurance coverage is accepted along with major credit cards. We put your family first at Family Eye Care.
And we welcome you back to the ballpark here at Orofino. Come on out and watch a Maniac game today, folks. It is 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at the home team on the scoreboard, the Orofino Maniacs, coached by Scotty Tondavold. He is assisted by Rocky Barlow and John Sperano. Silas Naranjo leads it off, today's catcher. First baseman Dashiell Barlow hits second. Bodie Howell, the second baseman, is third in the order. Nick Drobish is the designated hitter in the cleanup spot. Aiden Olive, the center fielder, hits fifth. Quinton Naranjo finds himself starting over at third base today. He hits sixth. And then the bottom third of the order for the Maniacs, Easton Schneider, the left fielder. Loudon Cochran, today's starting pitcher, is eighth. And then Jagger Tonnavold, the shortstop, is ninth in the order. This is what the defense looks like for the Wildcats. We'll start in right field and go to left. It's Jack Fields, Colby Luna, and Gage Nosworthy. The shortstop, Reed Watcott. Over at second base today is Ethan Coberly. At first is Ripley Luna. I think I forgot to tell you the third baseman. I'm sorry. Logan Smith. And then catching is Austin Clapper, and Travis Fixenberger is out on the hill. So Silas Naranjo steps in and awaits the first pitch from the right-hander, Travis Fixenberger. He works from the stretch, starts him out with a curve a little high for a ball, 1-0. We're in the bottom of the first, and I'll tell you what, Loudon Cochran had a little bit of a difficult time setting aside the Wildcats in the top of the order. Pitch is high for ball 2. Maniacs giving up 2 runs on a hit and 3 walks against 2 strikeouts for Loudon. 2-0 now on the way to Silas. That drops in there for a called strike, 2-1. We have a softball score as we are going into the bottom of the first inning, 4-0. Kellogg and Orofino, and that's Kellogg, the visitors, so it's Kellogg up 4-0. Pitch misses high for ball 3 to Silas. Leadoff hitter for this Maniac squad. 3-1 on the way to him. Outside ball 4, so there's a walk given up to the leadoff hitter, Silas Naranjo.
Deck number 8, Bodie Howell.
So at first base is Silas. He'll be held on there by Ripley Luna. Tell you what, those Luna kids, they are just phenomenal athletes for the Wildcats. Dashiell Barlow steps to the plate and move over to first base, but Silas only has a half step away, so he is easily back. Fixenberger from the stretch. The first pitch misses wide for ball 1 to Daschle. 1-0. Again, this Maniac squad 10-run the Wildcats up at their place just 3 days ago. Here's the 1-0. That is taken for a strike at the knees as Fixenberger comes back with a bit of a change-up right down the heart of the plate, and it dropped right at the knees to Dash. So the lefty drops that bat on his left shoulder and move over to first base once again, and Silas back easily. And again, Silas, short lead away from first base. The 1-1 on the way to the plate, swung on and fouled back into the screen. Daschle gets just underneath a curveball, a little behind it. Count runs to a ball and 2 strikes to the Maniac first baseman. Extending that glove is Luna over at first base. There's a curves, high and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bodie Howell, the designated hitter, or excuse me, rather, the second baseman, is on deck. And again, yet another move. They want to keep Silas as close to first base as possible to try and keep that double play in order. Now the 2-2 on the way to the left-hander standing at the plate. This one's fouled over the top of the screen, back into the crowd. Count remains even on Daschle, 2-2. Fixenberger, the right-hander, good long look over at first base. He comes to the plate, pitch is swung on, fouled out of play to the left. Good at-bat here for Dash Barlow. He is fouled off. That was his 4th pitch that he has fouled off now. Count 2-2. Get a couple of baseballs into our home plate umpire. He'll put those right into his satchel on his right hip. And we're ready to go once again as Fixenberger puts that right foot in front of the rubber. Now he'll straighten up just underneath the letters, looks over to first base, and that gets Silas back. And Silas just quickly just jumps right back out to his lead. See if Silas takes off. Pitch is swung on, fly ball deep right field, moving over to his left as Fields, and it will drop out of play or foul just on the warning track. Looked as though it was going to go out of play, and it ends up just at the base of the fence. Gave it a good long ride to Daschle, but my gosh, just got a little ahead of it, and the count remains 2-2. Otherwise, he straightens that out. That's a 2-run jack. And you can see Jack Fields out there in right field. He just looked over his shoulder. How much further do I got to go back to make sure I keep this ball in front of me? We're ready to go back to live play. Here's the 2-2. Swung on. It's going to be popped up in towards the gap. The center fielder making the catch. That's Luna. And so, again, another good long ride. The ball off the bat of Dash Barlow, but he ends up flying out into the gap to center fielder Colby Luna for the first out.
On deck number 3.
Just got a little underneath it. That ball was definitely headed towards the gap, but there's so much speed in the legs of the center fielder out there, Colby Luna. Again, as I said, the Luna boys are just tremendous athletes. And now we're going to have a courtesy runner come out. This is Landon Hudson, who is going to run for Silas. So we'll get him written in.
Courtesy runner, number 20, Landon Hudson.
So Landon will stand at first base, again held on by Ripley Luna. With one gone, today's starting second baseman, Bodie Howell, will step in and hit from the right side. Pitch on the way to him is a fastball. It's off of the glove of Clapper. Easily down to second base on the wild pitch goes Hudson. So the Maniacs have a base runner in scoring position. 1 ball and no strikes to Bodie. Bodie has been just ripping the cover off the ball. He's looking for something he can square up. A lot of real estate out there in right center field. Pitch is going to be swung on, popped high, giving chase first baseman Luna, and it's going to go off of the top of the fence and out of play. I'll tell you, Bodie Howell got underneath that pitch, skied it way high. Nice job by first baseman Luna to give it a good chase. He had to look and see if he was going to run into the fence, stopped, and then that ball came down right on top of the edging on top of the fence and went out of play. 1-1 now to Bodie. Fastball swung on and a ground ball deep to the shortstop, booted out there by Watcott. There will be no play. So Bodie Howell reaches on the air by shortstop Reed Watcott. On the play, Hudson goes from second to third. So the Maniacs have runners at the corners, going to try and get something done here, down 2-0 to the Kellogg Wildcats. Defensive signs coming from Clapper in front of home plate. Doesn't look like I see anything at all shifting out there in the middle infield. Drobish at home plate, hitting in the cleanup spot, move over to first base, sliding back in at first is Howell. Again, runners up the line. A curveball taken for a called strike to Nick. 0-1. That was a nice pitch by Fixenberger. Started it on the inside, and then it just tailed away. The 0-1 is a move over to third base, just a B move. Kind of a lob over to Smith, who anchors the sack at third. So nothing really going on other than the make sure that here's a ground ball in the hole and out into left field. Rounding second, on his way to third goes Hudson, and so the Maniacs have a run across as Hudson scores from third base. Howell goes all the way from first to third, and Drobish has an RBI single, scoring Hudson to make it 2-1 in favor of the Wildcats.
On deck number 34.
I am not sure where Watcott was at, the shortstop. He was playing deep behind second base, and what looked to be a shift, Logan Smith, the third baseman, was caught completely on his heels. Here is Olive now with runners at the corners, fastball inside. Here's the throw down to second. It's cut off, and so Howell stays at third base. Drobish now at second on the stolen base. So two runners in scoring position, and Aiden took a pitch high for ball one. Runners take their leads again. Howell from third, Drobish at second. The 1-0 pitch on the way, swinging through a high curveball is Aiden for strike one. Pitch had a little pace on it. Aiden thinking fastball, and he was going to try and rip something out into left field. 1-1 now on the way to Olive. Another fastball swung on and fouled back over the top of the screen for strike two. Again, one run across. It is 2-1 in favor of Kellogg, with two runners in scoring position for the Maniacs. We'll update you on a softball score here in just a moment. Curveball high and away. The Lady Maniacs pick up a run in their half of the first inning, and it is now 4-1 in favor of Kellogg. Orofino is up 4-1. Pitch is swung on, one hopper right back to the glove of Fixenberger. He will go to first for the out, and staying close to third base was Howell. Howell put the brakes on because he saw that Fixenberger was looking right at him, retreated back to third, and so Aiden Olive is tossed out 1-3 for the second out here in the frame. That was quickly off the bat of Olive, but just right back to the glove of Fixenberger. Here's Quinton Naranjo. Freshman getting a big chance here for the Maniacs. Swung on, ground ball on one hop, right back to Fixenberger again. Underhands the toss over to first base, and that'll do it. Orofino picks up a run on a hit and error, and they leave 2 out there. We're through an inning of play. It is 2-1. Kellogg with the advantage over the Maniacs. Don't go away. We'll come back right after this.
When it comes to your health care, getting placed on a long waiting list to see a provider can be frustrating. That's why at Orofino Physical Therapy, we recognize that when you're in pain, you want help now. At Orofino Physical Therapy, there is no waiting. Priding ourselves on offering same-day, next-day appointments, you can rest assured you'll be seen within 24 hours. If you're in pain and need help, don't wait. Call Orofino Physical Therapy. Call today, 476-9365.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that boxes by the curb make you a target for thieves? Or that dog bites account for 1/3 of all home liability claims? What if you didn't know that 1 in 7 drivers is uninsured? And that grease fires have to be smothered. The more you know, the better you can plan. Get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
At 622 Bryden Avenue in Lewiston, see me, Greg Kimberlink, your local farmer's insurance agent.
Thank you for listening into our game today. It's brought to you in part by our friends at Watson's Grocery Orofino and Les Schwab Tire, backers of the Maniacs here on KLER Orofino. Thanks for listening in. I'm Jeff Jones. The game is also available on our YouTube channel if you'd like to tune in there, KLER 1300 AM. All right, here we go to the top of the second inning as Ethan Coberly, the starting second baseman, will step up for the Wildcats. Cochran back out on the hill for Orofino, and he starts him out with a curveball swung through strike 1. Ethan hitting in the 8 hole for the Wildcats. Jack Fields on deck. Fastball in there for a called strike, and the count quickly 0-2 to Ethan. And the fastball swung through, and look at that, just 3 straight pitches, and Loudon comes back with an inside fastball. Coberly turns on, and just like that, Silas Naranjo starts the ball around the horn. That is the 3rd consecutive strikeout now for Loudon Cochran. 1 gone here in the frame for the 9-hitter Jack Fields. Curveball taken, and it is a strike on the outside black. 0-1. Fields, the right-hander, steps up. Slow wave through a fastball for strike 2. 0-2. You could almost feel Loudon Cochran's power. Pitch is swung on, fly ball, left field. Schneider running back, adjusts to his left, makes the catch, and there is 1 gone. That is the first fly ball out off the bat of the Wildcats in today's game. 2 gone now here in the top of the second inning, and we go back to the top of the order. Ripley Luna, who drew a base on balls and was the first run scored in our game today. Nobody out on the sacks here in the top of the second. Pitch is going to be swung on. Fly ball. And making a leap for it is Quentin Naranjo at third base, and it drops into foul ground. Nice try by Quentin. And again, that young man, just a freshman, he saw the ball quickly up into the air, gave chase into shallow left field, and it ended up over his shoulder into foul ground, made a leap for it, couldn't come up with it. But the great thing about it is Nate Watcott, the coach for the Wildcats, gave him a little knuckles. He said, "That's a good try, kid." Pitch is high. Count runs to a ball and a strike to Ripley. I tell you what, that kid out there at third base, Quentin Naranjo, he is a gamer. 1-1 pitch, fastball. I'm not sure where that missed, but it did for ball 2. Loudon Cochran wondering where that was at. Silas Naranjo behind the dish, didn't move his glove. Now the 1-1. Pitch is swung on a ground ball past the shortstop out into left field. So Ripley Luna with a 2-out single here in the top of the second inning keeps things going for the Wildcats. Just found the hole out there between Naranjo at third and Tonnevold at short. And so that puts a base runner on with 2 away for Austin Clapper. Austin wearing number 9 on his back. He is today's catcher. Looks for a sign from Coach Watcott up that third baseline. He'll step into the box. Austin singled in his last at-bat. He shows bunt with 2 outs, and now Loudon Cochran steps off the back of the rubber and looks over to first base and then decides to throw it, as Ripley was kind of nonchalant about getting back to first base. Fastball missing inside, 1-0 to Austin. Ripley, with his hands on his hips, now walks away from first base, being held on by Barlow. As Daschle extends that left glove, that tag is applied, but again, just back in time is Ripley Luna. And again, the tall right-hander takes a good lead. Ball is out of the glove of Naranjo, and down to second base goes Ripley Luna. Well, Silas was getting ready to gun down Ripley, and he had the ball in his glove, looked as though he was going to transfer just on a little toss to his throwing hand, and unfortunately bounced off of his hand. Luna at second base. Pitch is swung on, fly ball towards foul ground. Barlow giving chase, and it will drop into the warning track. Foul up the right field line, and the count goes now to a ball and a strike. Ripley Luna, who was with 2 gone, was on the run. Now back at second base. Pitches a strike just at the letters 1 and 2. I think Loudon was going, my gosh, that's a strike. Here's a big curveball swung through, and just getting a piece of it is Clapper. I'm not sure how he got a piece, but he did. That ball stayed up high, and of course, getting called on a strike above the letters, the last pitch, is going to make sure that he would attack that last pitch. Here's the 1-2 now on the way to Clapper. Fastball. Here's the throw down to third. The tag's applied, and safe at third base is Ripley. That was an excellent throw from Silas to Quinton, and Quinton tried to sweep a tag over his right side to get Ripley Luna out, but Luna with a stolen base. That is his second stolen base of the game. Now the 2-2. Curveball swung on and fouled at the plate. Count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lady Maniacs up on top of Kellogg 6-1 in the top of the 3rd inning. Of course, those games are being played over at the elementary school ball fields. Here's the 2-2, and it is low, or a 3-2, and Austin Clapper draws a base on balls. 4th walk issued by today's starting pitcher, Cochran.
At bat number 4.
This quickly after he got quick outs on hitters 8 and 9, Coberly and Fields. Then he gives up a single to Ripley, a walk now to Clapper, and here is Logan Smith hitting in the 3 spot. Loudon wants to set this hitter down right now so he can get his team back to the plate. Down a run, 2-1. Pitches taken for a strike at the knees to Logan. Again for the Wildcats, they pick up 2 runs in their half of the first on 1 hit. Maniacs pick up 1 run on 1 hit and an error. Fastball away. Here's the throw down to third, and the tag's applied, standing up, going back, and just narrowly getting back in time, Ripley Luna. Silas Naranjo with an absolute missile to Quinton at third base, and Quinton applies the tag, but getting that long leg back to third base in time was Luna. The 1-1 misses for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to Logan. Maniacs flashing some leather. The 2-1 outside for ball 3. Loudon working very quickly. Again from the stretch, he'll straighten up. And the 3-1 swung on and fouled up the first baseline. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Loudon has gone deep in the count to many of these Wildcats. We are only in the top of the second. Loudon takes a look at the baseball. Now he'll step up onto the rubber. Continues to work from the stretch with runners at the corners. Here's the 3-2 swinging strike three, and that's going to do it for the Wildcats here in the second inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 left out there. Our score 2-1 in favor of the Wildcats. The Maniacs coming to the plate after this.
It happens every May, postseason high school baseball and softball, and every year the Orofino Maniacs are always in the thick of it. Atkinson Distributing is proud to support the rich tradition of Orofino High School athletics and hopes you'll get out and watch the next game. Orofino will be fighting for the Idaho Class 2A state title, and with you cheering in the stands, the Maniacs will be winners. Don't miss one game. Atkinson Distributing, where you'll find quality Chevron fuels with Techron, diesel, and home heating oils, backing OHS athletics.
I like to think of myself as a confident backseat driver. Mom, brakes please.
Gotcha.
But these days, I'm less confident in the economy.
Same here, buddy.
Thankfully, Leschwa Tires helps make sure that our safety never takes a backseat, even when we're watching our wallets. Time to turn, Mom.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Leschwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
P1FCU is a proud sponsor of today's Maniac Baseball broadcast on KLER. Hello, everyone. I'm Jeff Jones. CJ Thompson has the day off as he is vacationing. We'll see CJ back at the microphone on Tuesday when the Orofino Maniacs will begin the district competition here at OHS. Hope you will listen in as soon as we know exactly where all the teams will be seated, and game times we'll pass that along to you probably on Monday. So get ready for district baseball here on AM 1300 KLER on Tuesday. And we'll also have district softball on the air. That begins Tuesday as well. You can hear that on our sister station, 103.3 KLER FM. Easton Schneider steps into the box, and the first pitch to him from Fixenberger is outside for a ball, 1-0. In case you've just joined us, the Kellogg Wildcats, after an inning of play, have a 2-1 lead over Orofino. Easton hitting in the 7 spot as the right-hander fires a pitch. Swung on, fly ball right field, and it's over the head of Jack Fields. Rounding first, on his way to second goes Schneider. He'll coast in there. Jack Fields out in right field was heading to his right and looked up and somehow misplayed the ball, or it got caught in the wind, and it ended up going over his head. And so there's a double to start things off here in the second for Schneider. Now here's a kid who can help his own cause out, Loudon Cochran, today's starting pitcher for the Maniacs. Offering up there to him, swung on, it's handcuffed, but he gets a piece of it and fouls it out of play to the left, 0-1. Bit of a curveball inside from Fixenberger. Loudon took a big hack at it and fouled it off the handle. The 0-1. Fastball misses inside. 1-1 now to Loudon. Jager Tonneval is on deck, and then we go back to the top of the order. That's where Silas and Ronho is in the hole. 1-1. Here's the next offering from Fixenberger. Instead, it's a move over to second base. Schneider, only a couple of steps away. He easily just turned his body and stuck his foot right back onto the pillow. The 1-1. Fastball swung on, fly ball right field, giving chase as Fields. And he'll stick his glove up and drops it out of his glove. Rounding third, coming home is Schneider. There is the throw to the plate, it's up the line. And the Maniacs have tied it up off the bat of Loudon Cochran as Loudon coasts into second. And unfortunately, Loudon wishes he had a hit, but it's going to be charged as an error on right fielder Fields. And it is now 2-2. That's going to bring up the second left-handed hitter in the Maniac lineup. Jagger Tonneval getting his first look at Fixenberger, who fires a pitch outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Lady Maniacs continue their dominance over the Kellogg Wildcats. They've got a 4-run lead over at the ballparks at the elementary school, 6-2. Pitch misses away for ball 2 to Jagger. Again, another one of the freshmen on this club that's playing exceptionally well. Fastball misses inside. Here's the throw down to third. Sliding in safely at third base is Cochran. So the Maniacs running the bases well. They have 2 stolen bases. The count is 3-0 to Jagger, standing at home plate. The pitch misses outside, and Jagger will draw a base on balls. That is only the second walk issued today by the starting pitcher, Travis Fixenberger. So that's going to put runners at the corners with Cochran at third and Jagger over at first as we go to the top of the order for Silas Naranjo. Silas, in his one and only at-bat, drew a base on balls and scored in the first inning of play. Pitch low for ball 1. And again, the Maniacs moving base runners down at the corners, going to take a look and see if there's something they can do about getting a run across and taking the lead for the first time in this baseball game. The 1-0 swung on and hit hard out into left field. Nosworthy on the chase, makes the catch, and he'll get the ball in, and base runners have to return at third Cochran and at first Jagger Tonneval. Hard hit ball off the bat of Silas Naranjo, but he lines out to Nosworthy in left field for the first out here in the frame. So 1 gone now, and again with runners at the corners. This is Dashiell Barlow. A shift by Colby Luna, the center fielder, to his left in anticipation of Dashiell pulling something to the right side of the field. And now time called. What did we... Our home plate umpire looked as though he was going to do something with Travis. Hard hit ball over the glove of the first baseman, Ripley Luna, out into right field. It'll pick up a run as Fields up on the ball, and safe at second base is Dashiell Barlow with an absolute line drive. Loudon Cochran scores from third, and the Maniacs have their first lead 3-2 over the Kellogg Wildcats. On the play, Jagger goes from first to third. Wow, that ball was hit on an absolute P. And over the glove of Ripley Luna, who, you know, that young man can jump high. Here's Bodie Howell now at the plate, and the first pitch on the way to him as a fastball turns into it for a ball, 1-0. That's the hardest hit ball we've seen in today's game, that's for certain, and it came off the bat of Dash Barlow. 1-0 on the way now to Bodie. He's going to bounce this one foul over towards the third base dugout. That'll even the count at a ball and a strike. 2 runners in scoring position, 1 gone here in the bottom of the second inning. Maniacs lead Kellogg 3-2. 1-1 swung on. It's going to be hit high in the air. Jack Fields out in right field. He will make the catch. Tagging at third, coming home. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's not in time. And the Maniacs pick up their 4th run in today's baseball game on a sacrifice fly ball off of the bat of Bodie Howell. As scoring from third base, Jagger Tonneval and Orofino has a 4-2 lead.
35, Aiden Olive.
Hit it deep enough, did Bodie, in order to score Jagger from third base. Barlow over at second, and this is the designated hitter, Nick Drobish, as now stepping off the back of the rubber is Fixenberger. He wants to reset, he does so. And the first offering on the way to Drobish is low for ball 1. So Bodie Howell on a sacrifice fly ball scores the 3rd run in this frame. The Maniacs have taken a 4-2 lead over Kellogg. Move over to first base. Back standing is Dash. Nick singled in his last at-bat, had an RBI. Fastball low and in the dirt, dug out nicely by Clapper. Ball 2. Aiden Olive hoping he'll have an opportunity to come to the plate. 2 gone here in the second inning of play for the Maniacs.
And that makes sense.
From the stretch, Fixenberger, set Bill tie, the 2-0. And it just misses inside for ball 3. This Kellogg Wildcat team only brought 10 players to today's game, so there's not much of an opportunity to gather somebody up off of the bench. The 3-0 now on the way to the designated hitter Drobish, high for ball 4. So Drobish draws a base on balls. That's the 3rd walk now given up by starting pitcher Travis Fixenberger of the Wildcats. 2 base runners out on the sacks for Aiden Olive. Aiden bounced out on a hard ball right back to the mound in his one and only at-bat. He's looking to drive something into the outfield. Pitch to Aiden is high for a ball 1-0. The tall right-hander measures the plate as he steps back into the box. Fixenberger set and deals a pitch that's a strike at the letters for strike 1. 1-1. Travis has a sign from Clapper behind the plate. He'll come set. And the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, a hard hit ball out into right field. Making the turn at third. Here comes the throw in, and so base runners safe everywhere. That's Aiden Olive with a single on the play. Drobish goes from second to third, and Barlow Drobish from first to second, and Barlow from second to third. So the sacks are loaded up as Naranjo comes to the plate. This is Quentin Naranjo. The table is set for him with 2 gone here in the bottom of the second inning. First pitch on the way to Quentin. Fastball swung on, hard hit ball, knocked down at shortstop. Watcott, a long throw, and it's not good. Now another throw to home plate, it too is not in time. As 2 runs score, and the Maniacs now take a 6-2 lead over the Kellogg Wildcats. A hard hit ball off of the glove of the shortstop Watcott. He comes to first base with it, can't get there in time on a hop. Aiden Olive goes all the way from first to third. Quentin Naranjo is going to reach on the air. Pitch high for a ball to Easton Schneider, 1-0 as we have hit around. Nice job again by Quentin Naranjo. 1-0 is going to be swung on. It's going to be popped up, and this ball will drop in to the warning track to the left side of home plate for a strike.
Easton Schneider on deck number 22.
5 runs have come across to score here in the second frame for the Maniacs, and the Maniacs now have a 6-2 lead. Move over to first to get Quentin back. Runners at the corners. Pitch is in there for a strike. Here's the throw to second, and safe at second base is Quentin Naranjo. So 2 in scoring position with 2 gone, 5 runs across. Easton steps back in. Here's the 1-2 pitch, swung on and fouled back. Count will remain a ball and 2 strikes. One and 2. Easton ready at the plate, looking to bring home another couple of runs. Fastball swung on a chopper to the left side of the infield, booted by the third baseman Smith. Here's the throw, and it's too high. A run scores, rounding third, and now holding up there as down off of first base is Loudon Cochran, As the throw to first, Ripley Luna had to climb the ladder. Loudon tried to duck out of the way, tripped over the bag, and went down in a big heap. But he is up on his feet now as one run scores. That's Aiden Olive from third, and it is now the third out recorded. So our score now is 7-2 in favor of the Maniacs. We'll take a break. We'll come back right after this.
Good luck, Orofino Maniacs, during your spring sports playoffs from Fiesta and Jalisco. On Johnson Avenue, Orofino, Fiesta and Jalisco Mexican restaurant is open to celebrate victories and console heartbreak. There's something for everyone. Tacos, enchiladas, burritos, and chimichangas. Combo plates featuring beef, chicken, and seafoods too. Fiesta and Jalisco Mexican food restaurant is where you'll find all your friends tonight. So come on by, supporting the Maniacs throughout the year. It's Fiesta and Jalisco.
Orofino Police Department encourages all OHS faithful to come out this week for the Central Idaho League District Baseball and Softball Championships. Taking on the best teams in the North, the Maniacs hope to hang another championship banner proudly at OHS. Orofino Police Department knows that raising great kids in our schools and athletic programs means great kids live and work in our community. Support our students any way you can to help them grow into super citizens. Orofino Police Department says, be there for our kids and go Maniacs.
We're back here once again at the ballpark at Orofino as we have a score of 7-2. The Maniacs, after 2 innings of play. We go now to the top of the third inning and scheduled up the middle third of the order, Fixenberger, Watcott, and Luna. It might be a small discrepancy as to how many runs actually came across for Orofino. We have 7. Check swing, and this one is fouled back for a strike off of Fixenberger's bat. 0-1. And the next offering is a big looping curveball for a ball, 1-1. Loudon Cochran, who was last at the plate,
Starting off top of the third.
is back out on the hill. Fastball misses away for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Loudon singled, or did not single. He actually was on via the air. Pitch is going to be swung on, fouled back here by us for strike 2. But rounding first, he got tripped up on the bag and went down into a big heap. The ball was retrieved and the tag was put on for the third out, but a run had scored prior to him being tagged out on the error. Pitch misses high for ball 3 to Travis. Fastball low and outside for ball 4. And so Travis will draw a base on balls. That is the 5th walk from starting pitcher Loudon Cochran.
At bat number 3.
Loudon has given up 2 runs on 2 hits to these Wildcats. We are in the top of the third with the Maniacs up 7-2. Reed Watcott now at the plate with a base runner on, pitch way outside as Loudon on his mechanics. It looked as though his plant foot way out in front to the right. Another fastball misses again outside for ball 2. Same thing with his lead foot, his drop foot, it's crossing over his body, and so that ball is tailing away from the right-handed hitters. The 2-0 pitch is high for ball 3. 3-0. Fixenberger on over at first via the walk. And Loudon's going to see if he can just put something right straight down the middle of the plate here. The 3-0 is taken all the way for a called strike, 3-1. Luna on deck, that's Colby Luna. And then Gage Nosworthy in the hole. The 3-1 swinging strike by Reed as he chased after a changeup just a little outside the zone. Almost looked foolish. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Reed. Set. Here's Cochran's pitch is swung through, and that is another strikeout for Loudon Cochran. The first out here in the third frame. 5 strikeouts now for starting pitcher Loudon Cochran.
At bat number 14, Luna on deck number 4.
Colby Luna at the plate for the Wildcats. Way outside. This one is off the glove of Naranjo, easily down to second base goes Fixenberger, and that is another wild pitch scored on Loudon today. Again, just way, way outside as that right foot comes in front of his body, and the throwing motion just steers that ball away. 1 ball and no strikes. And a ground ball on 2 hops back to the hill. Loudon will sidearm a throw and out over at first base, not without some theatrics, however. Colby goes down 1-3 on the play. Travis goes from second to third base. 2 gone now.
At bat number 4.
Just a little ground ball off of the bat of Colby Luna, but Loudon Cochran to his left had to chase it down and sidearmed a rocket that the tag had to be applied by Barlow. Pitch is swung on, fly ball to shallow center field. It's Jagger Tonneval, the shortstop out there, who makes the catch to end the frame. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left out there in the top of the third for the Wildcats. Maniacs lead it 7-2. We'll return right after this. If you were to look up Finke logging in the dictionary, you'd find a definition of hard-working men and women dedicated to making our forests multi-use, healthy, and sustainable. Finke logging, proud backers of everything Orofino, including the baseball and softball teams participating in postseason play. Finke Logging is proud of all of our kids and their tremendous efforts they put forward in the classroom and on the ball field. Good luck, Maniacs. Bring home the hardware. We're all rooting for you from Finke Logging Orofino.
When it comes to your health care, getting placed on a long waiting list to see a provider can be frustrating. That's why at Orofino Physical Therapy, we recognize that when you're in pain, you want help now. At Orofino Physical Therapy, there is no waiting. Priding ourselves on offering same-day, next-day appointments, you can rest assured you'll be seen within 24 hours. If you're in pain and need help, don't wait. Call Orofino Physical Therapy. Call today, 476-9365.
Well, we're back here once again as our game brought to you in part by our friends at the Pizza Factory. Hope you'll listen at the end of our broadcast today for the KLER Pizza Factory Player of the Game Award, which will honor a Maniac with a personal pizza and a medium soft drink of their choice from our good friends at the Pizza Factory. Well, here we go now to the bottom of the third. In that long second, the Maniacs scored 6 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors, and they left 2 out there. Leading it off for Orofino, Jagger Tonneval. Oh, no, this is not Jagger. Excuse me. Loudon Cochran pitches in there, and it bounces away for a ball 1-0. This is Loudon. And I misspoke when we were back at the end of the inning. It was Easton Schneider who had ended up in a big pile where the third out was recorded. Pitches swung through for a strike to Loudon. 1 ball and 1 strike. Maniacs again sent 11 to the plate last frame. Pitches outside. Loudon ready once again, and Travis Fixenberger continues to work from the stretch. Swinging, strike 2 to Loudon. 2 balls and 2 strikes. After the home plate is dusted off, we're ready to go once again. And now time is called. This is Nate Watcott. He's going to come out. He needs to talk with his catcher, Clapper. They need to go over signs one more time. Make sure that they know what they're talking about. As Austin is managing the game behind home plate, sending whatever signs that coach is asking him to Fixenberger. We're ready to go now. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cochran. Pitch is on the way to him. Curveball swung on. 1 hopper on the right side of Fixenberger. The toss is good, and there's 1 away.
At bat number 5.
So with 1 gone here in the
number 4,
bottom of the third inning, going to bring up Jagger Tonnevold. First pitch to Jagger is a curveball, misses low for a ball. Jagger had a base on balls and scored in that extended second inning of play. The 1-0 on the way to the freshman's going to be swung on, popped up foul side to third. Smith coming in. He makes the catch up the line, and there are 2 away. Nice play by Logan Smith, the third baseman. He comes racing in halfway between third base and home and is able to reel in that high pop-up off the bat of the freshman Tonnevold. So now to the top of the order. That's going to bring up Silas Naranjo. Silas still looking for his first hit of the day. Pitch on the way to him. Freezes him at home plate, and it's a pitch just a little off the dish for a ball, 1-0. Fixenberger set bell tie, and he'll deliver the 1-0. It's over the head of Silas for ball 2. Two balls and no strikes to Silas. Pitch is swung on a ground ball to the left side of Watcott at short. He'll make the easy toss, and the Maniacs go down in order here in the third inning. They still have a 7-2 lead, however. When we come back, it's the top of the fourth and the Wildcats right after this.
When electrical problems occur at your home or business, it's best left to a professional to assure your safety. Call on the knowledgeable and experienced team of Innovative Electric Services. In Orofino, Innovative Electric can give you a free estimate with competitive pricing to do everything from new builds to remodels. Serving Orofino and all the surrounding area with honest and timely work, call Innovative Electric at 476-3321. No job too big or small. Call Innovative Electric Services, Orofino.
P1FCU's Ascend Checking is a simple free checking account that gives you the flexibility to earn dividends. Plus, get anytime account access with online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and no minimum balance requirements. So level up your finances with an Ascend checking account. Learn more at p1fcu.org/ascend. P1FCU, your community, your credit union. Insured by NCUA.
Well, we have a pitching change for the Maniacs as Gavin Christofferson will get in a couple of innings of work here with his team comfortably ahead after 3 innings. It is now 7-2 in favor of Orofino. In the top of the fourth, for the Wildcats, Ethan Coberly, Jack Fields, Ripley Luna. Our game brought to you by Family Eye Care, along with Clearwater Valley Health and the Orofino Health Clinic. I'm Jeff Jones. You're listening to the Maniacs on KLER Orofino. And for those of you on our YouTube channel, hello to you. Our YouTube channel, KLER 1300 AM. So the book closed on Loudon Cochran as he gives up 2 runs on 2 hits. Loudon walks 5 and he strikes out 5. And now Scotty Tonnevold coming out to chat with our home plate umpire to make sure he is aware of all the changes as well. So it looks as though there might be Loudon out in center field. So some defensive changes. We'll see if we can catch up with those. Ethan Coberly is 0 for 1. He was one of those 5 strikeouts for Loudon Cochran. Takes a first pitch from Gavin for a strike, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 delivery, high for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike.
At bat number 1, Coberly. On deck number 15.
Ethan saw 3 pitches and went down swinging. There's a curve just a touch high for a ball, 2 balls and a strike. Gavin checks behind him, makes sure the defense is set. Now he'll come with a pitch swung through for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Working from the windup, here's the 2-2. Fastball swung through late, but nonetheless swung through, and Ethan Coberly goes down swinging. That's the second time he has been put down on a swinging strike. One gone here in the fourth inning, and there's no better way to start things out if you're Gavin Christofferson than to get your first man to go down swinging. Jack Fields gave the ball a nice ride, and his first at-bat flew out to left field. Takes the first pitch called strike, 0-1. Gavin deals the 0-1 on the way. Swinging, strike 2. Just a little behind on that last pitch. Fields pulled the trigger, but he was well behind it. Here's the waste pitch from Gavin. Swung on, and it's going to be looped out into right center field. Wow, I'll tell you what, an 0-2 pitch, that was just a curveball that didn't have much break on it. Turning on it nicely was Fields, and he's got a one-out single here in the top of the fourth inning. What a gift that Gavin Christofferson gave Fields. Just a little bit of a lollipop curveball, and Fields had it timed nicely and put it out into the 8-9 hole. Now we go to the top of the order. Ripley Luna, and this guy is just tough to keep off the bags. He has been on twice, scored once, swings at the first offering for strike 1. He is 1 for 1 with a walk, a run scored, and just... he is a base-stealing machine. You want to keep him off the bags if you can. The 0-1 now on the way to Ripley. Instead is a move to first base to get Fields back. Gavin working from the stretch now with the base runner on. Bends at the waist. Now he'll straighten up. Here's the 0-1 low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Lady Maniacs over at the elementary school ball fields with a commanding lead over Kellogg, 15-2 in the fourth inning, top of 4. Pitches swung through for strike 2 to Ripley. And again, Orofino and Kellogg in softball over at the elementary school ball fields. They too are playing a doubleheader, just as we are here. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ripley Luna. Gavin Christofferson in relief work. Here's the 0-1. Swinging third strike, and Ripley Luna goes down. That is the second strikeout in relief for Gavin Christofferson. 2 gone here in the frame. Wow. And again, you're getting somebody new. You have Ripley Luna, who had success against Loudon Cochran with a hit and a walk, but looked almost silly on that last pitch tossed up there. Move over to first base once again to get Fields back. Clapper waiting for his first pitch. He stands at the plate. Here it comes. It's above the hands for a ball, 1-0. Austin today has been on twice. Singled and scored back in the first. Drew a walk in the second. The 1-0 on the way to him, swung on, fouled out of play to the right. 1-1. Again, these two teams played about 4 days ago, back on Tuesday, with the Maniacs coming away with a 10-run victory, 16-6. The 1-1 high for ball 2, 2-1 to Austin. One more time, Gavin will work from the stretch. Straightens up, set at the belt, and the 2-1 delivery just a touch high for ball 3. Austin thought about pulling the trigger, stepped into the pitch and was about ready to let her go when laid off of it for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Christofferson's next offering is a called strike, and look at that. Austin thought it was ball 4, but instead it's a strike on the outside black. Nice curveball by Gavin. Fields takes a short lead away from first base. Here's the 3-2 high, ball 4. And Austin looks over his right shoulder to our home plate umpire before he tosses the bat, like to say, that's a ball, right? So Austin draws a base on balls. That will push Fields over to second base. And with 2 gone, that's going to bring up the 3-hitter Logan Smith. Logan, he is without a hit today. Struck out in his last at-bat. Wildcats down 7-2 to these Orofino Maniacs. Pitch is low for a ball. The Maniacs, with the victory over Kellogg on Tuesday, won the regular season Central Idaho League title. Congratulations to Orofino once again. Here's the 1-0 on the way high for ball 2. Orofino 6-1 in league. The only blemish that the Maniacs have, the loss to Grangeville last Saturday. Pitch high to Logan for ball 3. Well, you know, after a couple of strikeouts, you don't want to put any more base runners on if you don't have to. 2 base runners on with 2 gone, and Gavin wants to clean this up as quickly as he can. Here's the right-hander's 3-0 pitch. It is taken for a called strike, and even Logan thought about tossing the bat. You got to make sure that your home plate umpire is the one who calls balls and strikes, not you, just because you're holding a bat at home plate. Here's the 3-0, check swing. Did he go? No, he did not, so that is ball 4. After the appeal, Logan Smith draws a walk, second walk, issued by Christofferson. That loads up the bags. Fields is at third, Clapper at second, Smith at first, and that's going to bring up the cleanup hitter, Fixenberger. Fixenberger, he too is without a hit today in that cleanup spot. He's been on both times. Pitch is in there for a called strike right down the pipe. Fixenberger has walked twice today. The 0-1 on the way to Travis now. That's a curve just above the hands for a ball 1-1. Again, Gavin Christofferson coming in relief of Loudon Cochran here in the top of the 4th inning. Pitch is swung on and fouled back for strike 2. Sacks full of Wildcats as they all take their leads with a couple of strikes. They'll be running on this next pitch from Gavin. Here it is. Fastball, oh, and it's swung on and hit right back at Gavin. He picks it up, makes the toss, and that'll do it. But wow, a line drive right back at Gavin, maybe off of his shoulder or his arm. He's kind of allowing that left arm to trail him a little bit. But what a nice play, but I think he took the brunt of that line drive off the bat of Fixenberger. No runs, no hits, or 1 hit rather, no errors, and the bags left loaded. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 7-2 Orofino. We're back after this.
We toss them, they're awesome, Pizza Factory.
By now you've heard of Orofino's finest lunch buffet, the all-you-can-eat Pizza Factory buffet, filled with pizza, breadsticks, fresh green salad makings, and fruits. But did you know with the purchase of 9 lunch buffets, you'll get the 10th free? Ask for your 10-punch card with your next visit to the Pizza Factory and begin saving today. Free lunch from the Pizza Factory.
We toss them, they're awesome, Pizza Factory.
Good luck, teams, playing the 2A girls and boys softball and baseball championships from your friends at Simmons Natal Sanitation. All our area teams like Orofino and Kamei have put many hard hours into this season, and Robert Simmons and crew wish them the best of luck. All our area high schools know about teamwork and the importance of playing as a cohesive unit. That's why Simmons Natal Enterprises is proud to back all our kids while they eye a state championship. Good luck, teams, from Simmons Natal Sanitation.
Terry Bowling of Camas Financial Services and Riverside Physical Therapy. They say go Maniacs and win. We are in the last of the regular season for both of these teams today before the district tournament comes around on Tuesday. And right now, Orofino with a 7-2 advantage over the Kellogg Wildcats as we go to the bottom of the fourth. For the Maniacs, we're expected to see Barlow, Howell, and Drobish, hitters 2, 3, and 4. Daschel today, he's 1 for 2 with a run scored. And Travis Fixenberger is back out on the hill. He starts him out with a fastball. This one's going to be popped up foul side to third, and there to make the catch is Smith. My gosh, that guy is a frisbee catching dog. I'll tell you, he has found lots of air underneath some pop-ups to the foul side of third, and on one pitch, Dash Barlow flies out to Smith at third base. One gone now for the second baseman for the Maniacs, Bodie Howell. Starts him out with a curveball inside. Bodie bends at the waist out of the way of ball 1. Adjusts his hitting helmet, steps back into the box, and the 1-0 is on the way to him. Takes a strike, does Bodie. 1-1 now. Orofino did their damage in the third where they scored 6 runs on 4 hits to take the lead, and they have not been threatened since. Pitch is swung on and off of the handle, fouled up third base. Pitch that Bodie just knew if he could get ahead of or stay behind, keep those hands back, he could put it up the third base line, but he fouled it just up the line for strike 2. 1-2 pitch, swinging at a pitch that's off the dish and for strike 3, and that'll do it for Bodie. 2 gone for the Maniacs here in the 4th inning of play. That's going to bring up the designated hitter in today's baseball game, Nick Drobish. Nick has been on twice and scored today. He singled, had an RBI single back in the first. Pitch on the way to Nick. Takes a curve just a little outside the zone for ball 1. Nobody out on the sacks with 2 gone here in the Maniac half of the 4th inning of play. The 0-1 delivery fastball swinging strike. 1-1. Travis has a sign from his battery mate Clapper, and he'll deal the 1-1. Curveball swung on, fouled out of play. Strike 2. Maniacs have a 5-run advantage, 7-2 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Next pitch is swinging, and that'll do it for Orofino here in the 4th inning. Going down quietly for the 2nd consecutive inning. We're through 4 innings of play. 7-2 Orofino. We're back with the Wildcat half of the 5th after this.
P1FCU's Ascend Checking is a simple free checking account that gives you the flexibility to earn dividends. Plus, get anytime account access with online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and no minimum balance requirements. So level up your finances with an Ascend checking account. Learn more at p1fcu.org/ascend. P1FCU, your community, your credit union. Insured by NCUA.
Show Mom just how much you care this Sunday, May 14th, when you make special preparations for a delicious meal topped with a tasty dessert special from Renata's Cakery. On Main Orofino, Renata's Cakery has everything you'll need to place a smile on Mom. Small Mother's Day cakes and fresh fruit pies and tarts, shortbread Mom cookies, and bright and colorful Mother's Day cupcakes. Order early for special messages on her favorite cake. Renata's Cakery, Main Street, Orofino. Bring home the win, Orofino. Sponsoring today's OHS broadcast, your friends at Orofino Physical Therapy, Kimberling Insurance, and Best Builder Supply. We're excited about Tuesday. That's when we begin the district tournament here from the ball field at Orofino High. As the Maniacs will be the #1 seed. We have yet to see exactly who they'll play and when. So we'll have that information for you on Monday. The Lady Maniacs also hosting the district tournament. over at the ball fields at Orofino Elementary. So we're back here to Reed Watcott, who starts things off here for the Wildcats in the fifth, takes a pitch low for a ball from Gavin Christofferson, who came in last inning. Here's the next offering, high, ball 2. Gavin gave up no runs on just a hit. Wildcats threatened, however, as they had the bags loaded up. Pitch is going to be fouled out of play to the right for strike 1 off of Watcott's bat. Watcott was on with the fielder's choice back in the first. Pitch is going to be swung on. A line drive right to the glove of the right fielder, Drew Hanna. You betcha, kid out there in right field. Drew Hanna comes sliding in underneath a diving ball off of the bat of Reed Watcott, makes the catch. 1 gone here for the Wildcats in the 5th inning of play. The crowd shows their appreciation for his athleticism out there. Fastball misses away to Colby Luna. The big right-hander waves the stick outside the box. Now he steps in. He's ready. Here's the 1-0 on the way to him. Outside for a ball. 2-0. Gavin Christofferson continues to work from the stretch. Sends the 2-0 and bending back out of the way of that pitch is Colby for ball 3, 3-0. Bending at the waist, Gavin has the sign from Naranjo behind the dish. And the 3-0 is taken for ball 4. So Colby draws a base on balls. That is the 3rd walk that Christofferson has given up against 2 strikes and 1 hit. He has now worked through 8 batters, and this is the 9th batter he'll work against, Gage Nosworthy. Gage is 0 for 2 on the day. And the first pitch instead is a look over to first base. And we're ready to work once again. Gavin, now a no from toss to first base and nearly getting Colby Luna leaning the wrong way, but the throw was just a little high. Dash Barlow over at first has to climb the ladder to bring it down. Otherwise, that's going to be an out. Bunt is shown, and this one is fouled behind home plate. So it's a strike on Gage. 0-1. Again, as Gage tries to sacrifice the base runner or even bunt safely to get on board, because right now the Wildcats find themselves down 5 runs, 7-2.
So far, no rain.
Colby away from first base again. And bunt is shown at home plate. There it is. It's laid down nicely, picked up by Silas. Here is the throw to first. It is good. Quinton Naranjo came in from 3rd, and he makes the throw as Gage Nosworthy sacrifices his at-bat to push Colby over to second base.
Number 15, field.
Get the shirt out with 2 gone now. Colby in scoring position for Ethan Coberly. And Ethan has struggled today. He has struck out twice, both times swinging, as Silas Naranjo goes out to check in with Gavin real quickly and says, hey, remember how you got this kid to swing the last time? You challenged him inside. He can't lay off the inside curveball. So let's see what Gavin has for a first pitch to Ethan. Stands at the plate, charges inside with the fastball, 1-0. 2 gone. Colby Luna out at second base for the Wildcats. We're in the top of the 5th inning. The 1-0 pitch. There's a nice change taken for a called strike down the heart of the plate, 1-1. Again, Gavin's not going to try and do anything special. He knows his team is comfortably ahead. So the right-hander deals the 1-1, swings through a high change for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just a strike away from getting out of the frame unscathed once again with the base runner out there at second base. A ball and 2 strikes, runner going to third. And now a balk has been called as getting into the eyesight of the pitcher, Gavin Christofferson, was Colby Luna. And Colby put the ball back into his glove, and at that point a balk was called. So the count, a ball and 2 strikes. And here's the pitch on the way to Coberly, swung on and fouled back into the screen. Count remains 1-2. Gavin, if he doesn't go back to the glove, he can just make a throw to third. The 1-2 pitch now on the way to Coberly, high for ball 2. 2-2. And again, just like that, Silas throws to Quentin down at third base to try and get in behind Colby Luna, possibly get a tag. Again, as we said, he is a base-stealing machine. Both he and Ripley, the Luna brothers, they are just so quick. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone on the scoreboard with number 1 at the plate. Here's the pitch. It is high. 3-2. Ethan is saying right now, if this is not in my wheelhouse, I'm going to leave it alone. He has not been on base all day long. Here's the payoff pitch. It is high for ball 4. Ethan draws a base on balls. That is the 4th walk issued from Gavin.
At bat number 15.
So there are runners at the corners for Jack Fields. And Jack Fields, I'll tell you what, he has put the bat on the ball today. He is 1 for 2. He flew out to Schneider in left field. His last at bat, here's a move over to first, and back easily is Easton. In his last at bat, he singled over the second baseman Howell out into right center field. First pitch is inside, and it got a piece of him. So Jack Fields is hit by pitch, and so the sacks are loaded up with Wildcats now.
At bat number 6, Luna, top of the order.
So now we go to the top of the order for Ripley Luna, and you know this kid can do some damage, and so that's why Scotty Tondeval has come out of that third base dugout. He's going to have a quick visit with Gavin as to, you know, what he wants him to do here with the leadoff guy here. I mean, this game is not in the books by any stretch of the imagination. Maniacs lead by 5, 7-2, but the Wildcats, again, have loaded up the sacks. And so just a quick conversation as going back into the dugout is Scotty Tondeval. You got a big guy right here that you know can park it. You just want to make sure if he does put the bat to the ball, you just keep it in front of you. Move over to third, and a tag is applied, but back is Colby Luna. We have a final score for you from the softball fields. The Lady Maniacs with a 15-2 victory over the Kellogg Wildcats in the first game of their doubleheader. There's a slider taken for a called strike to Ripley. Keep it away from the right-handed hitter. Don't put anything near his wheelhouse. He will make you pay. The 0-1 is a fastball, and it's check swing foul. So the Wildcats down to their last strike here in the 5th inning. And I think Ripley, in defense of himself, was just trying to steer his way away from that inside curveball, stuck that bat too far out. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Gavin. Instead, he steps off the back of the rubber, and runners will go back and step on their sacks. At third is Luna, Coberly at second, Fields at first. Here's the waste pitch from Gavin on the way. There you go, third strike. Sit down, Mr. Luna, and the Wildcats go down without making noise here in the 5th. Orofino leads it 7-2, the bottom of the 5th, when we return after this.
Today you have numerous options when selecting your IRA, and deciding which account is right for you is one of the most important decisions you will make for your financial future. Hi, this is Terry Bowling with Camas Financial Services. Give me a call to find out which IRA fits your financial needs or to update your current IRA savings strategy. You can reach me, Terry Bowling, at 476-7100 or stop by my office at 230 Johnson Avenue in Orofino to set up a free, no-obligation appointment today. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Hi, this is Terry Bowling with Camas Financial Services. I am available to help you select the right investment options when you are faced with early retirement, changing or losing a job, or any other lifestyle changes that warrant a review of your financial plan. You can reach me, Terry Bowling, at 476-7100 or stop by my office at 230 Johnson Avenue, Orofino to set up a free, no-obligation appointment today. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
Watson's Grocery, Orofino, and Les Schwab Tire Center, proud backers of the Maniacs and their broadcasts here on AM 1300 KLER Orofino. Hello, everyone. I'm Jeff Jones. We go now to the Maniac half of the fifth inning, and Orofino leads it 7-2. They have scored their 7 runs on 5 hits against 2 errors, while the Wildcats have scored their 2 runs on 3 hits. Those 2 runs came way back in the first inning of play. So the middle third of the order is coming up now, and you go back to the 3rd inning. Orofino went down quietly in order with hitters 8, 9, and 1. Then in last inning, in the 4th, again, hitters 2, 3, and 4 down quietly. Let's see what Aiden Olive can do here to start off the bottom of the 5th inning. First offering is up there. It's a curveball swung on, fly ball into right field, and there to make the catch is Jack Fields. So 1 pitch and 1 out as Olive goes down, the first out here for the Maniacs in the 5th inning of play. And that's going to bring up Quentin Naranjo, the Maniac 3rd baseman. Fixenberger again back out on the hill for the Wildcats. Curveball swung on a 1-hopper to Smith at 3rd base, and the long toss is good. Just like that, 2 pitches, and there are 2 gone for the Maniacs here in the 5th inning of play. Well, it's really up to Easton Schneider right now, or excuse me, this is going to be Christofferson who is hitting for Schneider.
Gavin Christofferson.
Christofferson can keep the Wildcats from setting aside the Maniacs in the last 3 innings in order. Pop up the first baseman, Luna, and foul ground. And look at that. 3 pitches and 3 outs. The Maniacs go down here in the 5th. They lead it, however, 7-2 over the Wildcats. The 6th is coming up after this.
At Watson's Market Orofino, we wish to thank the community for trusting us for your family's grocery shopping needs. We do everything possible to bring you the lowest prices, highest quality foods, and the smiles you see on our employees every day. We believe in community and donate to area food banks, Little League sports, and community-wide events. Hometown values, our commitment to you from Watson's Market Orofino.
Open daily when you need us the most. Watson's Market Orofino.
Plans on building a new home, garage, or adding to your current business? Call Barlow Quality Trust, a name you've come to trust. Pick up the phone now. Call Barlow Quality Trust for a free estimate. 435-4348. For commercial, residential, farm buildings, build them to last with the help of Barlow Quality Trust. Engineered and TPI inspected. Free delivery within a 100-mile radius of Orofino, as well as competitive rates on our boom service. Barlow Quality Trust, backing high school athletics.
Our game brought to you in part by our friends at P1FCU, proud sponsors of today's Maniacs on KLER. Well, let's give credit where credit is due. Travis Fixenberger, the right-hander for the Wildcats, just this bottom of the 5th, he put the Maniacs down 3 pitches, 3 outs. But if you go back to the 3rd and 4th innings where he retired the Maniacs in order, 22 pitches to get 9 outs. That's That's some fine work. Clapper will start it off here for the Wildcats. First offering is a little high for ball 1. Clapper has been on all 3 of his at-bats today. He singled back in the first and scored. Fastball is a strike. Catches the outside black to the catcher for the Wildcats. 1 ball and 1 strike now. Next offering from Christofferson. It's taken high for a ball, 2 balls and a strike. We're looking at Clapper, Smith, and Fixenberger here in the top of the 6th inning for the Wildcats. Here's Christofferson's next pitch. It is a strike at the letters for strike 2. 2-2 now. Gavin climbs up onto the hill as he works from the windup, and he kicks that left leg and deals the 2-2 curveball just a touch high. Doesn't bite and come down into the strike zone. 3-2. Gavin came in relief of starting pitcher Loudon Cochran in the 4th. Pitch is swung on, fouled out of play. And he has not given up a run. However, in both innings, the Wildcats have threatened. They have left the bags loaded. Here's the 3-2. High and away, ball 4. That is now the 5th walk that Gavin has given up against 3 strikeouts, and he has hit 1 batter, given up a hit. So Gavin definitely getting some work in. I'm sure Scotty Tondervold, coach of the Maniacs, would like to see him move that ball around a little bit more. Here's Smith, takes the first offering for a strike, and now a balk has been called. I'm not sure how that came about. No pitch, because the balk was called by our fielding umpire. That is the 2nd balk now against Christofferson. So he's got a runner in scoring position. Smith at the plate, and here's the pitch to him. Low for a ball, 1-0. Again, the last balk that was called against him was last inning when Colby Luna was caught dead to rights between 2nd and 3rd, but Gavin went back to his glove after already having the ball out. Pitch is swung on, a little flare out into shallow right field, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. Clapper on his way to 3rd. He will easily go in standing up, as going out to try and make that catch Bodie Howell, Drew Hanna came in, and it was just out there in no man's land, a little Texas leaguer. So runners now at the corners for the Wildcats with nobody gone here in the 6th inning. Defensive signs coming from catcher Silas Naranjo, as they can almost smell bunt with the cleanup hitter Travis Fixenberger coming in. He shows bunt. Pitch is behind him. It doesn't hit him, and here's the throw to home, and safe at home is Austin Clapper. That'll be scored on a wild pitch from Gavin Christofferson as Smith goes from 1st to 2nd. The hitter, Fixenberger, bent at the waist to get out of the way of the pitch, and somehow it missed him. I'm not sure how, but our home plate umpire did not call it a dead ball. So just ball 1 to Travis, and a run has scored. It is now 7-3. Fastball misses away for ball 2. Things getting a little exciting here in the 6th inning of play, as Gavin straightens up, checks the runner, and comes with a pitch just a little inside for ball 3. Gavin struggling to find that strike zone. Taking the short trip to the backside of the hill. Now he'll get ready to pitch. Here's the 3-0. That is a called strike to Travis. 3-1. Unearned runs, sometimes they'll kill you. Right now, Maniacs do not want to let the Wildcats back into this game. Swinging strike 2 to the cleanup hitter Fixenberger. 3-2 now. Austin reached on a walk. He went to second on a balk, came home on a wild pitch. Pitch is swung on. This one's going to be popped up on the infield. Third baseman Quentin Naranjo settles underneath it, makes the catch for the first out in the frame. So staying put at second base, Smith. And so with one gone and one across here in the sixth for the Wildcats, this will bring up the shortstop Watcott. Colby Luna is on deck. Gage Nosworthy in the hole. Again, the Wildcats with one run across. It's the first time they've scored ever since the first inning. Pitch misses inside for a ball, 1-0. Watcott, way in the back of the box, somewhat deep. Here's the 1-0. He's going to take a poke at it and poke it up. First baseman Dashiell Barlow steps back, makes the catch for the second out. Couple of quiet outs here for the Wildcats here in the sixth. Orofino can only hope that they'll get one more and get out of this frame, just giving up the one run. Here's Mr. Dangerous, Colby Luna. And again, while Colby has not done a lot, he reached on a walk back in his last at-bat, got as far as third, but was left stranded there. Pitch is low to the tall right-hander. Ball 1. Colby is so fast. That's why they have him out at center field. He can track most anything down. Here's the 1-0 on the way. Swings through a high fastball, does Colby. 1-1. Logan Smith out at second base. Again, Austin Clapper already across to score for the Wildcats. There's a strike at the letters to Colby. He thought it was coming inside, bent out of the way, and it was strike on the inside black, 1-2. And now, from the stretch, Christopherson checks the runner, and the 1-2 pitch, it is just a little outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Christopherson straightens up. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swinging third strike, and that'll do it for the Wildcats here in the sixth inning. They do pick up a run on a hit, and they leave one out there. 7-3 Orofino as we go to the bottom of the sixth. We'll return after this.
It's amazing that we wear something different every day to work and try our best to change up our look. New shoes or shirt or even a haircut can really make a difference. But when was the last time you changed out those glasses? If it's been more than a couple years since you visited your optometrist, now's the time. Dr. Rick Lindgren and staff at Family Eye Care are here to take care of your family's eyes. If your vision changes even slightly, those old glasses you're wearing may not be doing you any favors. It only takes a few minutes to have your eyes professionally examined. You just may be surprised at how much you've been missing. Find new brand name frames for less than you might think. Accentuate your personal style with statement-making glasses for a look that's bold, original, and unforgettable. Let Family Eye Care help take care of your eyes. Call and make an appointment today at 476-4814. Family Eye Care, Michigan Avenue, Orofino, and Highway 12 West in Kamei. Come on in and see the difference.
Thank you for listening into our game today. It's brought to you in part by our friends at the Pizza Factory. And again, we'll award a Maniac with a Pizza Factory Player of the Game certificate. That's going to give him a personal pizza and a medium soft drink of his choice from our friends at the Pizza Factory, and we'll do that during our post-game show. Travis Fixenberger back out on the hill, and he has set the Maniacs down in order the last 3 innings. Loudon Cochran is going to step in and start things off here in the 6th inning. Orofino up 7-3 over the Wildcats. And the first pitch, Loudon swings at and fouls it up the third baseline for a quick strike. I think that Scotty Tonneval more than likely saying, all right, guys, you had your fun for 3 innings. You went down in order each of those innings. Let's do something now. Don't let these guys anywhere near this game. Pitch is in the dirt for a ball, 1-1. That is the first miscue, really, that we have seen from Fixenberger. Maybe he's trying to work with some kind of a knuckleball or something like that, but that was only about 56 feet. Here's the 1-1 on the way. Fastball misses away for ball 2. Loudon, he reached on an error back in the second and scored. He was a part of that 6-run frame for the Maniacs. 2-1, swung on, fouled back into the screen to even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So we're looking at 8, 9, and 1 scheduled up again. Cochran is at the plate. Jager Tonnevold is on deck, and Silas Naranjo in the hole. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the Fixenberger pitch. Swung on and hit hard out into left center field. So that breaks up the string of Maniacs going down quietly, and it comes off the bat of Loudon Cochran, who singles to get things going here for the Maniacs in their half of the 6th. And time called now as Watcott comes out to the hill. And let's see if we're going to have, we're going to have a pitching change as he has taken the ball away from Fixenberger, who's had a fantastic game, really doing a superb job. So don't go away, folks. We have a pitching change. We'll come back right after this.
The weather is great for planting. Hi, this is Ian of Your Best Built Builder Supply. In the parking lot of our Highway 12 store, you'll find our greenhouses up and open for you to put that green thumb to work. Bedding plants, bushes, fruit, and vegetable plants. Looking for something deer resistant? Come on by and take a look. Plant medium, fertilizers, and so much more when you shop Best Built Builder Supply in the parking lot nursery. Open 7 days a week. Best Built Builder Supply.
Good luck, teams, playing the 2A girls and boys softball and baseball championships from your friends at Simmons Natal Sanitation. All our area teams like Orofino and Kamei have put many hard hours into this season, and Robert Simmons and crew wish them the best of luck. All our area high schools know about teamwork and the importance of playing as a cohesive unit. That's why Simmons Natal Enterprises is proud to back all our kids while they eye a state championship. Good luck, teams, from Simmons Natal Sanitation.
We're back here at the ballpark at Orofino High as we have a pitching change. This is just a straight change between Logan Smith, the third baseman, and Travis Fixenberg, as Fixenberg is going to take over the spot at third. Logan is now warming up. He's a right-hander taking his warm-up tosses. While the book is not closed on Fixenberger, he goes 5 innings, giving up 7 runs on 6 hits. As the base runner that is out at first base, that's Loudon Cochran. That is still yet the responsibility of starting pitcher Fixenberger. And you hope that this isn't going to be a tough situation for Smith, who just came in. But he's taking his warm-up tosses, and unfortunately he's not been anywhere near the strike zone as of yet. And he's going to be dealing with freshman Jager Tonnevold. As Jager's going to step into the box with the base runner on for the Maniacs here in the 6th. First pitch on the way to Jager. He's going to poke this one high into center field. Luna is there. He makes the catch. And there is 1 pitch and 1 gone here in the 6th for the Maniacs. Loudon Cochran retreats back to first base.
Number 9, Barlow.
So we're to the top of the order for Silas Naranjo. Smith, the right-hander, working from the stretch. First pitch is high. Here's the throw down to second, and sliding in safely with a stolen base is Cochran. So the Maniacs up by 4 runs here. They'd like to get some insurance here in the bottom of the 6th before they'll see the Wildcats one more time in the top of the 7th. So Loudon in scoring position for the leadoff hitter, Silas Naranjo. Pitch on the way, swung on a hard chopper to the shortstop. He's got it, makes the toss, dug out nicely by Ripley Luna. On the play, Loudon goes from second to third, so there are 2 away now on the 6-3 putout. Silas hit it hard, but he hit it right at Watcott at shortstop. 2 away for Barlow. Daschle would love nothing more than to get this run home from third base. Keep the inning going. Here's Smith's first pitch. It's low and inside, blocked nicely by the backstop Clapper. 1 ball and no strikes. Logan Smith with his hands on his hips. He's ready to come with the 1-0. And again, it charges inside on the left-handed hitter for ball 2 to Daschel. Daschel standing even with the plate, not more than a footstep away from it. Here is the 2-0. That's a fastball low for ball 3. Logan again coming in relief of Fixenberger here in the 6th inning. The 3-0 pitch is on the way. That is taken all the way for a called strike. 3-1. Away from third base, Loudon Cochran. He comes down the line. Here's the next pitch inside for ball 4. So Daschel will draw the base on balls. That's the first walk that Smith has given up since coming in here in the frame. Runners at the corners for Bodie Howell. Bodie has been on one of his 3 at-bats, and they came back in the first on an error by the shortstop, Watcott. And you know, Bodie is just chomping at the bit to come up with a hit here with the runners at the corners. Starts him out with a curveball high for a ball, 1-0. Howell lifts that bat off his right shoulder. He's going to swing at this one. A little late, fouls it off to the right. 1-1 now. Logan's got a little pace on that fastball. Got it up, charged on the inside. Ooh, check swing on a pitch inside. The no appeal. Ball 2, 2-1. Runners away from the corners. Pitch a swung on, and this one's going to be hit out into left field. It's going to pick up a run as it gets behind the left fielder, Nosworthy. And here's the throw to third. It's not in time. Is sliding in safely at third base is Barlow. RBI single from Bodie Howell, and the Maniacs pick up a run here in the 6th inning. It is now 8-3.
At bat number 3, Drobish.
It's been a while since the Maniacs have had a hit. You have to go way back to that 3rd inning of play. Here is Drobish in the cleanup spot, and Drobish fouls the first pitch behind home plate, 0-1. Gosh. Nick looking to do some damage with runners at the corners. Fastball misses away. Framed nicely by the catcher Clapper. It misses, however, for ball 1. 1-1. And stepping off the back of the rubber, Smith. And again, Maniacs down the line, and the pitch is low for ball 2. 2-1. Barlow at third, Howell at first. With 1 run across here in the 6th inning, Maniacs up 8-3 over the Wildcats. Swinging strike on a curveball. Drobish chases after a pitch that was a little inside. Had a lot of down to it as it got to the plate. So Nick will step back in. Here's the pitch. Check swing. They'll appeal. He did not go. And the base runner from first to second is Howell. Clapper spent all of his time appealing as opposed to paying attention to Howell, who was taken off to second base. Ball 3, so it's 3-2. Here's the pitch on the way to Drobish. Fastball swung on. Chopper to the second baseman. Gobbled up easily by Coberly. Makes the toss, and that'll do it. But Orofino picks up a run on 2 hits. No errors, and 2 left out there. It's do or die time for the Wildcats in the top of the 7th. Nosworthy, Coberly, rather, and Fields right after this.
Show Mom just how much you care this Sunday, May 14th, when you make special preparations for a delicious meal topped with a tasty dessert special from Renata's Cakery. On Main Orofino, Renata's Cakery has everything you'll need to place a smile on Mom. Small Mother's Day cakes and fresh fruit pies and tarts, shortbread Mom cookies, and bright and colorful Mother's Day cupcakes. Order early for special messages on her favorite cake. Renata's Cakery, Main Street, Orofino.
Today more than ever, we have questions about the health of our community, whether it's a COVID vaccine or our ability to recreate safely around our waterways, campsites, or processing everyday life's pressures. Answers you can trust can be found when you listen for Doc Talks, a service of Clearwater Valley Health. Providers deliver factual information you can count on every Thursday at 12:20 and 5:20 on KLER AM and FM. Doc Talks, the latest news to answer your questions. Tune in Thursdays.
We are back here as our game is brought to you in part by very good friends, Family Eye Care, along with Clearwater Valley Health and Orofino Health Clinics. I'm Jeff Jones, Maniac Baseball on KLER Orofino. Thanks for listening in. We are just shy of 2 hours of game time here, and the Wildcats now have to do something as they find themselves down 5 runs to the Maniacs, 8-3. We have a pitching change as Quinton Naranjo has now come out onto the hill from third base, and Gavin Christofferson, who was previously occupying that spot out on the bump, he has now moved over to third. So just a straight switch. Nosworthy, Coberly, and Fields here in the 7th for the Wildcats. Orofino looking for another league win. Here's the first pitch on the way. It's outside for a ball, 1-0. The Maniacs 6-1 in league play. Here's the 1-0, swinging strike one. Nosworthy, he has not been on today. He has struck out, he has flown out, he has grounded out. Swings past a fastball, 1-2. Gage hitting in the 7th spot. Cocks that bat over his shoulder. Next pitch, waves at a pitch. And there is a strikeout, 1 gone here in the 7th. So Quinton Naranjo, I'll be honest with you, I cannot remember the last time I saw Naranjo pitch, but he's got a very nice looking curveball. 1 strikeout for Quinton here in the 7th inning. Coberly now will hit, and it's right down the middle of the pipe for a called strike to Ethan, 0-1. Again, this is the first of a doubleheader. Second game will come up approximately 20 minutes. Pitch is going to be swung on and fouled out of play for strike 2. About 20 minutes after the conclusion of this first game, they'll have their second contest. And now the waste pitch from Quinton on the way. Oh gosh, where did that miss? It was right down the pipe, just a little high for ball 1 to Ethan. A ball and 2 strikes to number 1, standing at home plate, Ethan Coberly. Here's the Naranjo delivery on the way. There's the called third strike as Silas Naranjo quickly up and starts that ball around the horn, and the Wildcats are down to their last 3 strikes in this first game. Maniacs, their pitching staff has done a great job striking out a lot of Wildcats along the way. That's the second strikeout for Naranjo. First pitch misses away to Jack Fields for a ball. 10 strikeouts against these Wildcats from the Maniac pitching staff. The 1-0 is high for ball 2. Working from the windup, Quinton begins his motion, and here is the pitch. It's a fastball, misses away for ball 3. Quinton having a difficult time keeping his cap on as well. Just like most all of these Maniacs who are out on the hill, they got a lot of hair under those caps. Here's the 3-0 from Quinton on the way. It is low for ball 4. So Jack Fields draws a base on balls. And we go to the top of the order now for Ripley Luna.
Number 9, Clapper.
Ripley today is 1 for 4. Struck out his last 2 at-bats. Curveball high for a ball, 1-0 to Ripley. Drags the bat across the top of home plate, cocks it, and he's ready. Here's the pitch, and it is down Main Street for a strike, 1-1. 2 gone, 1 aboard for the Wildcats in the top of the 7th. There's a strike on the outside, and it is payday time here for Quentin Naranjo and the Maniacs. 1 more strike, and they come away with a first-game victory over the Wildcats. Here is the 1-2 delivery on the way, swung on. It's going to be popped up, off with the mask. Silas Naranjo to the right of home plate, makes the catch, and that's it. The Maniacs defeat the Kellogg Wildcats 8-3 in this first game of the scheduled doubleheader with the Wildcats. And while the Wildcats picked up the first 2 runs way back in the beginning of this ball game in the first inning of play, Orofino was nothing but fire after that. Came back, scored 1 in the bottom of the first, but it was the second inning where the Maniacs were able to pick up 6 runs on 4 hits. They never looked back after that. The final score here, 8-3. Orofino defeats the Kellogg Wildcats. Don't go away. It's our postgame. We'll return after this.
I like to think of myself as a confident backseat driver. Mom, brakes, please.
Gotcha.
But these days, I'm less confident in the economy.
Same here, buddy.
Thankfully, Leschwa Tires helps make sure that our safety never takes a backseat, even when we're watching our wallets. Time to turn, Mom.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Celebrate Mother's Day Sunday the 14th when you bring her in for a little taste of Mexico at Fiesta in Jalisco on Johnson Avenue, Orofino. The Mother's Day special is an adobada burrito, a 12-inch flour tortilla dry burrito with marinated pork, $18.59. The true taste of Mexico lies in the Mother's Day Fiesta Mango Margarita, $5.75. Make sure Mom takes the day off from the kitchen and let us do the work for you. The Fiesta Mother's Day dinner and drinks from Fiesta in Jalisco.
When electrical problems occur at your home or business, it's best left to a professional to assure your safety. Call on the knowledgeable and experienced team of Innovative Electric Services. In Orofino, Innovative Electric can give you a free estimate with competitive pricing to do everything from new builds to remodels. Serving Orofino and all the surrounding area with honest and timely work, call Innovative Electric at 476-3321. No job too big or small. Call Innovative Electric Services, Orofino. Good luck, teams, playing the 2A girls and boys softball and baseball championships from your friends at Simmons Natal Sanitation. All our area teams like Orofino and Kamei have put many hard hours into this season, and Robert Simmons and crew wish them the best of luck. All our area high schools know about teamwork and the importance of playing as a cohesive unit. That's why Simmons Natal Enterprises is proud to back all our kids while they eye a state championship. Good luck, teams, from Simmons Natal Sanitation.
And we are back here at the ballpark at Orofino High as the Maniacs come up with an 8-3 victory over the Kellogg Wildcats here in Game 1 of this scheduled doubleheader today to wrap up the regular season. And with that victory, the Maniacs score their 7th league win of the year. And again, it's an 8-3 final score. So Scotty Tonnevold has graciously joined us here from that third base dugout. Coach, congratulations and thanks for coming up once again.
Hey, you bet. Thanks, Jeff.
Hey, that's got to feel pretty good, huh?
Yeah, get the first one out of the way for the day, and hopefully we'll show up and play the same type of game and go get the next one.
There's so much to talk about in this game. You give up a couple of runs there in the top of the first. You have a quick visit with Loudon out on the hill. Tell us a little bit about how that transpires. I know that you've spoken to Loudon early in some of the games anyway to try and get him settled down. What do you have to do and what does he have to do?
Yeah, for Loudon it really is pretty simple, but it's not easy to fix. He's an extreme competitor and he takes things personally. And I'm trying to help him redefine what success is out there on the mound. You give up a couple hits, and at the end of the day, I think you give up 2 hits maybe, and 1 or 2 runs. And at the end of the day, that's all you got to do for us on the mound to give us a chance to go win a game, because we're going to put up some runs. And he's just got to understand you're going to give up hits. You're never going to be perfect out there, and show up with the mentality that, hey, I'm just going to go out here and compete pitch by pitch.
Yeah, he gives up 2 runs on 2 hits, a couple of singles anyway. Strikes out 5, but he walks 5.
Yeah, walks are tough. We're trying to eliminate those free 90s. Those are today. The first guy I think that walked ended up advancing on a misplay, and they advanced on a pass ball, and then he ends up scoring. So, walks are something we want to clean up and eliminate.
And then, you bring in Gavin, and Gavin takes a line drive off the shoulder to come up with the third out. Were you concerned at that point?
Initially you are, but when you see the guy and the smile he has and the energy he brings, this guy he's a game changer for this team as far as who he is as a person, his mental makeup, his compete level is tremendous. Most people out there aren't looking for the ball after they get stung like that in the arm. This guy's looking for the ball to get the out for his team. And it's a big deal. This guy is high energy. I love having him in the clubhouse, and he's a guy that this team really needs to keep the spirits up at any time.
And then let's finish up with pitching. You bring Quentin in the seventh inning of play and does a pretty good job. Couple of strikeouts, and I don't think you can ask for a whole lot more from a young guy like that, right?
No, and for his sake, he was kind of deep in the lineup to get started, and he started off strong. And I tell these guys all the time, get one of the first two across there for a strike, and good things will happen. And he went out there and competed. He's a young freshman, and he's a great competitor, and he's got some potential here down the road. He's a guy we're going to lean on throughout the next 3 years.
Now, here's something that I want to ask you about. What happened in innings 3, 4, and 5? You go down 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3. The last inning there in the fifth, you go down on 3 pitches.
Yeah, that's frustrating from a coaching standpoint. The guys obviously didn't process what was going on and had been going on, and we've got to start making those pitchers work a little more out there and seeing more pitches. And it's just not something I can coach. Honestly, I can talk about it, but at the end of the day, they got to go up there and make an adjustment. I'm not going to tie their hands and say, hey, you got to take till a strike, but you got to have an approach that we're hunting a pitch. We're not swinging it off speed first pitch and getting this guy out of here in 3 pitches. So it's an adjustment our team and the guys need to make and understand what's going on.
8 runs on 7 hits in our book anyway. Not too bad.
Yeah, that's good. We're still hitting the ball well, and if we can get this grass mowed down out here, we'd had another single through the infield, and another one in the left center gap would have went to the wall. We've been hitting the ball well, and we'll continue to do that down the stretch, hopefully.
Who's in charge of maintenance? I should ask that.
I think there's a lot of people in charge of maintenance.
So, Coach, Tuesday, I know you have one more game here, and we don't want to look past the second game here with Kellogg. However, districts gets underway on Monday. What do you know about you as the number 1 seed going into that district tournament?
Well, it's the same story for me. I'm pretty easy to read. I'm just going to tell these guys, hey, every pitch matters, every at-bat. Body language counts, and we're not going to get caught looking in the other dugout because anybody can beat anybody on any given day in baseball, and the game of baseball doesn't know who's supposed to win, so we got to go out and win the game on our own, and we're just going to play our game, keep playing hard, and ride the momentum that we've been building.
Scotty, thank you very much for coming up. We know you got to get back down onto the field to get these boys ready for the second game, but congratulations. Looking forward to catching up with you at Districts on Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thanks.
All right. Scotty Tondevold, head coach of the Maniac Baseball Club. We are back with more of the postgame after this.
Orofino Police Department encourages all OHS faithful to come out this week for the Central Idaho League District Baseball and Softball Championships. Taking on the best teams in the North, the Maniacs hope to hang another championship banner proudly at OHS. Orofino Police Department knows that raising great kids in our schools and athletic programs means great kids live and work in our community. Support our students any way you can to help them grow into super citizens. Orofino Police Department says be there for our kids and go Maniacs.
Show Mom just how much you care this Sunday, May 14th when you make special preparations for a delicious meal topped with a tasty dessert special from Renata's Cakery. On Main Orofino, Renata's Cakery has everything you'll need to place a smile on Mom. Small Mother's Day cakes and fresh fruit pies and tarts, shortbread Mom cookies, and bright and colorful Mother's Day cupcakes. Order early for special messages on her favorite cake. Renata's Cakery, Main Street, Orofino.
Orofino. If you can count yourself as one of the hundreds of folks across the Clearwater who wakes up in the morning with a stiff and aching back, your answer is Riverside Physical Therapy. While everyone is unique in their issues, the therapists at Riverside PT work hard to deliver the care you need to feel better after the very first visit. A satisfied patient is the simple goal of all the staff. Let us assess your healthcare needs and develop a recovery plan to fit you. Call for an appointment today, 476-7105, Riverside Physical Therapy, Highway 12 West, Orofino.
The forensic analyst searched for clues to what could have caused the house fire.
Could that be
traces of starch? Suddenly the pieces came together. The fire was started by
an over-microwaved potato?
And we covered it. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
At 622 Bryden Avenue in Lewiston, see me, Greg Kimberlink, your local farmer's insurance agent.
Today, your dollar needs to stretch a little further than previous. At Watson's Market Orofino, we invite our senior citizens to shop Thursdays. Every Thursday, receive a 10% discount on all your shopping. Senior Discount Days is Watson's Market Orofino's way of helping our community in times of flush or thin. For savings up and down every aisle, thank you for choosing Watson's Market Orofino.
Open 7 days a week and a 10% discount on Thursdays for seniors. Watson's Market Orofino.
We're back here in our post-game show. The Orofino Maniacs defeat the Kellogg Wildcats by a final of 8-3. Coach was kind enough to say, yeah, we've got everything all squared away here for the district tournament. So the first game, which is coming up on Tuesday, will be a loser-out affair between Kellogg and Priest River. Kellogg is the 4 seed. Priest River is the 5 seed. The winner of that contest, which is the first game coming up at noon on Tuesday, the winner of that game will continue in the tournament. The loser is done. The two furthest teams that have to travel here to the tournament, they may only get, one of those teams is only going to get one game, and that'll do it. So that'll be the first game. Second game is Grangeville versus St. Mary's. That'll be coming at 4 o'clock, and then the evening game will be Orofino versus the winner of the Kellogg Priest River contest, and that'll be Tuesday evening. So we hope that you'll join us for that action on Tuesday. Okay, so we're going to look at the line score here for the Maniacs. Silas Naranjo in that leadoff spot was 0 for 3, did reach on a base on balls and had a run scored. Dash Barlow was 1 for 3 with a run scored. He had a big double for the Maniacs. Bodie Howell, he was 1 for 4 with an RBI. Nick Drobish hitting in that cleanup spot. He was 1 for 4 with a run scored. Aiden Olive today, he was 1 for 3 also with a run scored. Quentin Naranjo, 0 for 3. Did reach, however, back in the second on an error. Easton Schneider hitting in that 7 spot. He was 2 for 2 with a run scored. A single and a double for Easton. Loudon Cochran was 1 for 3 with a run scored, or 2 runs scored, excuse me. And then Jager Tonnevold, today he was 0 for 2 with a run scored. He reached on a walk back in the second inning. And so with that information in mind, think about who you would like to see as our player of the game. When we come back, it's the Pete's Factory player of the game after this.
When it comes to your health care, getting placed on a long waiting list to see a provider can be frustrating. That's why at Orofino Physical Therapy, we recognize that when you're in pain, you want help now. At Orofino Physical Therapy, there is no waiting. Priding ourselves on offering same-day, next-day appointments, you can rest assured you'll be seen within 24 hours. If you're in pain and need help, don't wait. Call Orofino Physical Therapy. Call today, 476-9365.
If you were to look up Finke logging in the dictionary, you'd find a definition of hard-working men and women dedicated to making our forests multi-use, healthy, and sustainable. Finke logging, proud backers of everything Orofino, including the baseball and softball teams participating in postseason play. Finke logging is proud of all of our kids and their tremendous efforts they put forward in the classroom and on the ball field. Good luck, Maniacs. Bring home the hardware. We're all rooting for you. From Finke Logging, Orofino.
P1FCU's Ascend Checking is a simple free checking account that gives you the flexibility to earn dividends. Plus, get anytime account access with online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and no minimum balance requirements. So level up your finances with an Ascend checking account. Learn more at p1fcu.org/ascend. P1FCU, your community, your credit union. Insured by NCUA.
I like to think of myself as a confident backseat driver. Mom, brakes please.
Gotcha.
But these days, I'm less confident in the economy.
Same here, buddy.
Thankfully, Les Schwab Tires helps make sure that our safety never takes a backseat, even when we're watching our wallets. Time to turn, Mom.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
We toss them, they're awesome. Pizza Factory.
It's back, fresher and hotter. The Pizza Factory reintroduces the all-you-can-eat buffet. Lunchtime in Orofino means all-you-can-eat pizza, breadsticks, sauce, and a delicious salad bar, packed with fresh greens, fruits, proteins, and dressings. The Pizza Factory all-you-can-eat buffet is Monday through Friday, 11 to 2. Make the all-you-can-eat buffet your next lunchtime stop.
We toss them, they're awesome. Pizza Factory.
We are back here at the ballpark at Orofino as we get ready for our Pizza Factory Player of the Game. And as we look all throughout the lineup here, 3 different pitchers, we had a couple of different base runners, courtesy runners. We had a lot of changes here in today's game, but you got to go back to the early frames. The 7-hitter, Easton Schneider, he was 2 for 2 today with a run scored, had a double and a single, and for his efforts today, Easton picks up the Pizza Factory Player of the Game honor. He'll receive a personal pizza and a medium soft drink of his choice from our friends at the Pizza Factory. So what we have is the Maniacs in game number 3 against the winner of Kellogg versus Priest River on Tuesday. It's set to be at 6:30, so that means we'll be on the air with a 6:15 pregame here on AM 1300 KLER. And then for those of you who would like to hear the girls in district softball, I'll have a coverage of that action Tuesday from the Orofino Elementary School ball fields on sister station 103.3 KLER FM. That's going to do it for our broadcast here in this first game of this doubleheader with Orofino and Kellogg. I want to thank Scotty Tonnevold, who came up to visit with us here in the post-game show. I want to thank Phil Lamoth back at the studio for all of his hard work. Final score, once again, 8-3. Orofino defeats Kellogg here at the ballpark at Orofino High. I'm Jeff Jones. Come on out and watch the second game, everyone. Have a great day and good sporting.
KLER would like to thank you for listening in today to another Orofino High School Athletics presentation of Maniac Baseball. Today's game has been brought to you by a host of fine community backers, and they thank you for supporting your local kids. We hope you'll continue to listen in for more of our OHS regular season coverage of Central Idaho League Baseball. Orofino High School Baseball, a Central Idaho Broadcasting sports presentation on KLER.